let's see here.
But now it looks significantly unlit. I need to fix that, I think. Whoops.
Yeah, see, what we need to do is get the front light set up, get you some lights back in the back, to kind of do some room filling out.
Oh, well, the room filling light isn't on at the moment, but I normally do. You'll notice a point right here. Give me a second.
What's good, everybody? While Sin is doing that, I guess I'll go ahead and start the show. It's your boy, Mark Summers, Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux, and of course, it's time once again for Tech Talk Thursdays for November 4th, 2021. Of course, this week I'm joined, like I am each and every week, Kev, it's your boy Kev in the building.
How's everybody doing today?
As he is filling in all the light, we have Sinziak in the building.
Greetings, salutations, and, donuts in transit.
And of course, the GOAT! Edios and Anka cannot be with us this evening, studying once again for those Red Hat certification exams. Wish her the best of luck. One day she will surpass me, but until then, we will root for her. We will root for her to get to that point. Gentlemen, it's been another week. We took some time, played some Back 4 Blood, but boy, did the wheels of tech keep on turning. Well, until we get to that, Kev, how's your week been?
The week has been good. Getting back into circulation again, so that's been pretty fun. Been playing Moonglow Bay. That is indeed a thrilling game. Unpacking has been nice on the indie front. Go check that out on the Game Pass if you got it. Like, the universe has almost conspired for us to not get back into playing Dragon Quest again, because Animal Crossing inexplicably updated last night, and so it was just been kind of like the wholesome gang has been like, stop the presses. So everybody's been nutting up and enjoying all the thousands of new items and new features and updates, and tried the whole storage shed thing, and that thing is nice. Imagine just being fuck, I forgot something in storage. Oh wait, I could just go in the shed and get it. Great. Saves time having to go back and forth into the house. So that's great. Got my booster today. I'm okay. Arm is sore. No superpowers yet, but hey, fourth time's the charm, I guess.
Wait, fourth?
In case they want to boost her up again.
Oh, I thought you were saying this was your fourth. So wait a second.
Yeah.
Damn, some of us even had seconds.
Like I said, I heard a man when I was getting my shot talk about, I'll take this thing every week if they let me. I don't want this vaccine. I don't want this virus. And I'm bro, okay.
I get look, I get you.
You're the only one.
Yes, I get you, dog. But how about no?
But yeah, so we got that. So that happened, and just been getting back to circulation. And also little shout out to Dip. Pretty much took a wonderfully awesome clip that I made of me reacting, wholesome clip of me reacting to clapping with Captain, and then immediately just decided, yo, we clapping. What we about to do to them cheeks? We clapping. And I'm like, yeah. So that was indeed pretty funny, and I was like, so yeah, that's been pretty much my week. Really, playing some really awesome indie games and chill games. So much fun. Getting back at it with the homies on Tech Talk Thursday. I missed you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for holding it down while I was gone.
I thought
And
you just been here the entire time, but I mean, what do I know?
I mean, I was there that day in spirit, but I
As
was
far
just
as I'm
like,
concerned,
yeah,
you've been here each and every week.
yeah,
You can't convince me otherwise.
yeah. I was there, and I was just like, Animal Crossing stuff, Animal Crossing stuff. Okay, bye. I'm not here.
Yeah, you can't convince me you weren't here that Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It just I just wasn't on the show, but I was there like Animal Crossing.
The one time, like, let's see, irrational Nintendo fans being irrational, and so is Nintendo.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. The one good thing Nintendo did, this.
And then still kind of fucked up.
And then still kind of fucked
Still
it up.
kind
But
of
yeah.
fucked up.
But still Nintendo did at the end, and I'm like, damn, what? I mean, awesome. I mean, yeah. But I mean, damn. But damn.
You see what you tried to attempt, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Nintendo will Nintendo, so they Nintendo'd it. You just get bent over.
I mean, what the thing is, at what point do you say stop?
Never.
Enough.
Never.
Just move on.
As soon as a new game comes, as soon as a new Zelda game comes out, it's back in love again. Right in love again. All right, seems like.
Oh wow, the way that y'all are just doing, y'all are doing
Yep.
those right now, but I'm here.
Exactly.
It's Nintendo though.
Nintendo be Nintendo is Nintendo. They secured the bag and fucked the bag up at the same time. And that's it for me.
Sin!
That's me.
What's been going on with you, dog?
We did our Monday and Tuesday things. We did streaming stuff, but apparently, I have awakened the nostalgia for Final Fantasy 11. So I was just streaming 11 on Monday, and then suddenly it was just kind of like, hey, I think I'm gonna stream Final Fantasy 11 from a fellow streamer, and like their whole chat was like, oh my god, I haven't seen this game in ages. And like the next hour was everybody just talking about like their history and experiences with the game and all this other stuff. Someone was like, let me renew this sub. So listen, if y'all are spending money on Final Fantasy 11 for these old accounts, I want you to know the server I'm on is Odin. Other than that, we finally recorded I recorded a thing yesterday for a podcast called Kill All Monsters. It is focused on the different monsters in tabletop games and how to deal with them and how they were made and talking about their history and all this. And so I got to be a monster called a Nothic, and that episode should be out in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be fun. That was going to be fun. And it was fun to record too. Like the people I was recording with are neat. And then I looked at this article list today.
Yeah.
A moment of silence. I hope y'all brought a requisite comfort food because you're gonna need it for this. Also, I would like y'all to know we have gotten through, amen, another week where I am not in jail because of work-related antics. I know Major just looked at me, but I know that everybody up here who has ever worked a job has had some days. I just want y'all to know that if it were not for the laws of this land.
Okay, you know what? All right, I rescind my look. I'm with you.
We had one of those weeks. Here, allow me to give you a sampling. I had 3 meetings this week with a person who, like, it's an hour, they schedule an hour of time, and they take 40 minutes of that time to talk about something that 5 minutes of time would be sufficient for. This week's topic was folder names.
Folders of what? What kind of
Just
folders?
We're these are folders in Google Drive.
Oh,
We're
okay.
like listing out we're making a directory structure for like all the documentation that we have and like stuff so that people know where it is and how to search for it and how to find it, because it was a mess and we've undertaken a project to fix that so that it's not a mess. And I was just kind of like, well, here are my thoughts about the folder structures and the names that we want to use and why we might want to use them. I see what you were going for here, but I'm also making these considerations. And they talked about this for 40 minutes and then said, well, there was this one idea that I was comfortable with, so I'm just going to go with that. And it's kind of like, why did you have me talk to you for 40 minutes about something that you weren't going to do? You see that look that you have on your face right now? That look. I was just kind of
no, that was
yeah.
a look of, oops, I accidentally hit this microphone. My bad.
Did anybody hear that? I didn't hear that.
I heard it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a, ooh. But yeah, that was my week. And now the donuts are here just in time to mute my screaming. I'll be right back.
Let's see. Yeah, my week was more the same of that too. I hate it when I spend time on a thing, prove that it works, only to be told that's not how I want it. Excuse me? I honestly, I don't give a shit what you don't want. Shit fucking works. I spent all this time on it. You can't prove to me that it don't work.
Mm-hmm. Don't be concerned on how the sausage is made if you're sitting up there eating it. Just don't even. Just go on with you. That's the way I say it. Don't ask no questions.
Yeah. But you know what? Hey, it was his problem because he decided he wanted to take it upon himself to do it himself. So I was like, all right, fuck it. You do you.
Mm-hmm. Live your best life, friend.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's whatever. But yeah, it's just, I just can't. I'm done. I'm fucking done. But anywho, can't do anything about it because yeah, I got bills to pay. Such is the life that I live. Let's see here. Did an AV test for the panel that I am doing on Sunday. Really excited about it. Apparently during this AV test, I found out that I am working with a group of people who are not fucking around. When you're sitting there and you think, all right, yeah, I'm the best one. Look at my camera. Look at my setup. It's dope. And like the host of the panel is, what is the demographic of the people we are talking to? I'm like, what? That's a thing you can add? That's a thing you can care about?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense. We're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. So it kind of does like, all right, who is actually going to understand the things we were talking about? So I get why they asked. But it's like, no group of people, there's been no stream, anything where anybody has asked that question and meant it. And knew what to do with the information provided. Because after the question was asked, there was data given. And I'm like, wait, you have that? You can ask and you can provide. What the? Oh no. Like, it was beyond imposter syndrome for me at that point. It was like, I'm just, I should not be here.
It's like you're basking in the rays of the new gods. It's like just beautiful human beings.
This
like
is amazing.
And it's just like you're just sitting there looking like, oh no. Like, I feel so insignificant.
I mean, we're talking about, like, sure, I am a board member for Landfest, but we're talking about people who are on the board of the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood, who is a VP of Disney.
Wait, what happened?
I'm like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. Be like, snap their fingers and the setup happens. Like, resources.
So the catch then up, I am talking about the AV test I was on for my panel next week, or for the panel I'm going to be on next this coming weekend, and they were asking for demographics for the stream, which is not a thing I thought people could do, would want to do, have never been done before in my presence at least, and then information was given. Like they asked for demographics and they were given demographics. It's like, wait, that I was like, no, I don't know. I'm just here to talk and answer questions. What, huh?
The amount of things I would be just sitting here making notes and be like, hey, y'all, I had a stream the other day, and here's what I found out about demographics. That would have been content. I would have straight up made that an episode. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it was still like, I didn't know you could ask that question. 2, I didn't know y'all had that answer.
Wait, who had that answer?
So the people who were running the event, or the people who were running the stream, they had the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And like again, like I was telling Kev, it made sense why they asked, because again, we're talking about DE&I. So it's like, okay, if we're talking about DE&I, like, how do we need to break this out? How do we need to explain it? And it's like, okay, yeah. So if we were talking to 30-something year old people, okay, they would have a general understanding. But here it is, like, I think they were talking like 14 in their early 20s or something like that. It's like, oh, we're gonna have to really explain this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna be like Steve Kornacki with the big board. You're gonna have to point out the districts.
But they came in legit and official.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and you was like, I was not prepared for the levels of professionalism that I have experienced this day.
I'm like, so when I got the layout of the panel, I said, great, there are questions, because I was already feeling some type of way. Like, I looked at the names and I knew some of these, like, I looked up some of these people. Said, okay, yeah, they're the big players in this space. I hope there is a way I can prepare for this panel and not look like a fool, because I already do not, like, it was imposter syndrome before the AV test. Where it's like, I don't know if I should be here. But then when they asked the question, oh, yeah, definitely, I am in another league of my own. Boy, I am glad there are questions for this panel, because what I've decided to do is take those questions and actually write out answers and then try to memorize them. So that was, all right, I'm not stammering, I'm not stuttering. I can try to practice getting into, like, talking. See, yeah, words no do good right now, because I'm kind of flustered by all of this.
Right.
Not so you being like, I am verklempt.
I don't even know yourself. What that means. Oh boy. So yeah, it was eye opening. It was like, okay, yeah, I need to be a big boy here. I need to really get
like you were sitting
this.
up. No, like you pulled up in the show with the hat on, ready to go, and all this other stuff, and then people were just like, hit me with the demographics, and you were just like, let me straighten up a little bit real quick.
Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. So. Whew, that changed the color of this video a lot. Yeah.
Yep. Let me just plop this hat back on my head.
Don't forget to whip out a fan. Ruin said that they want to see the fan today.
Mm-hmm.
Ruin said that they want to see the fan today.
Oh, you're talking about for me to bring out a fan when I'm on that panel. I don't think it's going to be that kind of panel. It's not that kind of panel.
Works for Seth.
Yeah, if you tune in to twitch.tv/landfest at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Sunday, you're going to see a more restrained version of me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're gonna listen to Major with customer service voice on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sorry I bothered you.
I mean, unless things take a turn, and then Extra Life might come out and I have words.
Right.
You just think I have thoughts?
It's like
thoughts, words, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, hey, we've been playing some Metal Gear Solid. That's been going on Mondays. I cracked open Yakuza's Kiwami yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I do not understand. Honestly, like, if I play Kiwami or if I play Yakuza 1 first, I would not question why Kiryu is doing what Kiryu is doing.
Right.
But having played Zero first,
Yeah.
I have questions. It's like, dude, you know what this is. You saw how fucked up this is. Why are you still here?
Yep.
You can't get it. You can't get about the. You can't just get up out the game like that.
He was out.
He was out.
He was out.
He was literally out the game. He was like,
No. You know how the thing where you can leave the game, but the game don't leave you. It's that thing.
I'm like,
the thing is, like, he was out, and so I don't mind him getting back in, but it's like, this dude is like, I don't want much to do with this. For him to have apparently done enough of whatever it was to be considered to be a leader of a family by the start of Yakuza 1.
right.
This doesn't make sense, but also, dude got taken advantage. Like, if you were about to be the head of a family, you got taken advantage of twice.
Right.
I don't know if I don't know how deep Majima is in the first one, like both, like in the original. But in the beginning of Kiwami, Majima just whoops your ass.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? And you supposed to be top dog? And this motherfucker just roll up and whoop your ass? Like, I don't want to fight you. I don't. Just.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
Right.
finish chapter
But, like,
1. He finished chapter 1. Kiryu has now gone to jail for a thing. And yeah, continue on. Maybe next week. I do not know. Because Forza Horizon 5 comes out tomorrow in early access, and of course your boy bought into the early access. So depending on how things are going to go tomorrow with one, I thought nobody was going to be home tomorrow. I was off, my doctor's appointment got canceled, and I'm only getting my booster shot tomorrow. So I thought I was just going to be home alone all afternoon. Found out that my wife is working from home tomorrow. My son is out of school. And we have contractors coming in to fix the house.
No.
So I will not be here alone. I don't think that I'll be able to stream any Forza Horizon 5 tomorrow like I planned.
Ooh.
Which means that next week, I may take 2 days. I may postpone Metal Gear and Yakuza to play Forza on those 2 days. I would say Saturday, but yeah, I'm anticipating being out of commission for the day.
Yeah, can we get some F's in the chat for Major's nerves tomorrow?
Oh no, it's not like that's not gonna be an issue. Like tomorrow, like I'm like it was just I was hoping to stream. I don't care about people being in the house. I was just hoping it was like I was just gonna be alone. I would have nobody bother me while I tried to stream. It's just like, yeah, I just won't be able to stream. So, hey, I'm going to be the responsible person and probably finish answering these questions for this panel on Sunday. But yeah. Ruin. Yeah, I saw a TikTok where somebody advanced their clock on their Xbox to get access to a game that is out currently in New Zealand, but not out here in the States. I thought about that and I was like, yeah, I got a show to do. I can't play Forza right now. Even I thought about what if I wrapped up the show, took a little break, and then started streaming Forza immediately after Tech Talk Thursdays. Anywho, that's what's been going on here. So, are you all ready to enter into the metaverse?
Nope. It's like, hold on. Hold on, digging. Yep. The fan is at the ready. Fan prepared. Fan is extended.
And now we can begin. Facebook's parent company, now named Meta unveiling the vision of a metaverse. And Sin is muted.
No. I was saying there was a spoiler to this if y'all were paying attention to the Twitter account today.
Did I miss it?
It was the last one of the day.
Oh, yeah, then I definitely missed it.
Because we were talking about exactly this.
Yeah, so last week, I want to say this was Thursday. This was last Thursday. So we weren't able to cover it because we were
okay.
We were streaming Back for Blood.
What was funny about this was when I said that the clip that I posted today was talking about how Facebook has changed their name to Meta and about how the parent companies work and everything else. And then we had Tech Talk Thursdays, and now we're here, and it's kind of like the way that we are making sure that y'all are kept up to date and not caught unaware from this house.
Because it's still like, even to this day, I am still seeing like social media posts talking about, still not grasping the concept that Facebook's parent company, which was at the time was also called Facebook, that company name changed. The social network is still called Facebook.
The only way that I've been able to visualize it for some people is to literally show them the logos, because the entities have two completely different logos.
Yeah. Like,
so it took
Facebook's typeface is like very, like the company Facebook. It's like very blocky, spaced out.
And like it's a very chunky font, and they changed it. But I was also like, this thing, and it had like the big block letter F, and then like the rest of the other normal Facebook stuff that you see on the social media site. I said, this thing is very different from this thing, which was typed in like something that looks like Helvetica, and it had like a color gradient from like a really warm yellow color to like a slightly pink orange color. And I was just like, these are two different entities. This one with the rainbow gradient on it and all this other stuff owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. and apparently
Oculus. Don't forget about Oculus.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't forget about Oculus, but they did. But you haven't gotten to that part of the article yet, so I'm trying to keep this spoiler free.
So Facebook, the company, changed the name to Meta, and they have already gone through and updated the apps. Like Instagram, already has the Meta logo on the bottom of like the splash when you load it.
What kills me is the amount of people who went, that Meta logo looks familiar, and they literally brought up 7 companies that have the exact same logo, and in some cases either the same or similar colors.
You would think that $1 billion company.
No, they literally have people on staff whose job it is to make sure that you're not copying logos.
And yet.
Ruin that's no, they're not generic. Not at all. Look, they're just great minds. They all think alike and probably also use the one consulting firm.
I think the phrase is good artists borrow, great artists steal. And so
and the most visionary artists are just oblivious to everything that's around them.
Yep, and good old Zuckerberg, he steals a lot. So
also, just what is it? What is this image? Like, why? Just
this is data from the remake, from the TNG remake.
Why does his avatar look more lifelike than he does? So yeah, that happened. Hey, Facebook is dropping the Oculus name from products and services following the Meta rebrand. And they are calling it... Where the fuck did it go?
Oculus?
No.
Oculus.
Oh, MetaQuest.
You know, like when you watch like a drama series, and they like reference video games from like the 1990s, but they never ever played a video game. I'm looking at you, Bull. Season 2 of Bull, trying to make Titanfall 2 something bigger than it was, and it wasn't.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. We can just breeze by one of my favorite games, Titanfall 2. What's going on here?
I don't want to prolong the time about that, but it's like, trust me, literally they called it the fall. Like, hey guys, you guys ready to play the fall? And I'm like,
oh, you mean like just dude bros sitting trying to shorten things that doesn't necessarily need to be shortened.
Right, and make the game more hip and awesome than it was.
Okay.
Not saying the game wasn't awesome.
Okay, see that's
but
what
it was just
that's
like,
that's what I was coming at you for. I was like, look, that game is great.
I mean, that game is great, but you guys are making it like esports, and it's not. It's not esports.
Got you. Okay.
It's not esports. Not LOL, not Dota, not like not COD, but Titanfall. Titanfall 2. And I'm sitting there looking like, I played Titanfall 2 a lot. And I don't see
playing
any of this.
Titanfall 2 in that show, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and they were like dubbing it like the fall.
I can't.
Like,
okay, you know what?
listen, but see, that's what I'm saying. This is what MetaQuest sounds like. It sounds like a show from like it sounds like a game that was written into an episode of NCIS or or
SVU.
or SVU or some stuff, or Blue Bloods, and they're just like, hey guys, he's on. Oh my god, he killed one of the best MetaQuest players in the game, man. He was. Oh my god!
No, you are not. What the Ready Player One is this?
It's like Yeeks Warrior 25. He was the best guy in MetaQuest, and now he's dead. We got to figure out his murder.
In the Sword Art Online is this?
Hey, and it's like so weird. This is what it sounds like. It sounds like something like my mom would be sitting up there watching like Criminal Intent, and they would be talking about MetaQuest.
It's the way that the energy and the vibes of this are so off.
It's people who don't play video games making a thing that sounds like video games.
I mean, do you mean Niantic when they first came out with Pokemon Go and was just kind of like, have you ever played one game of Pokemon to know what the people that play Pokemon like? Why did you make this?
I mean, to be fair, apparently they succeeded at doing something, because then Pokemon Company made a whole ass Pokemon game based off of Pokemon Go. I mean, you can sit there and be mad at Niantic for what they did, but
you guys look like a person who's actually upset about that to you. I'm just saying, we knew that the people who originally made that game were not people who played the Pokemon games, and so the people who played them were just like, let us come over here and fix this mess, and now we're here.
They didn't know. Again, the Pokemon Company made a Pokemon game that played like the fucking mobile game.
Yep.
But has everything that people like about Pokemon.
There are tons of people who are playing Pokemon Go to this day.
Oh, I mean, mostly because they like taking walks and walking through graveyards, I imagine.
No, there are tons. Like, again, for me to work on a college campus, I sit in my office and can play.
Right.
There's like gyms.
I am aware.
If I had a decent phone at the time I was playing Pokemon Go, I probably would be still playing it.
I got into it for a bit when I was bored at work, but now I'm just like, okay, I'm just over it now.
Yeah, because I would totally be going on walks. Because there was like a Pokemon gym at the hospital across the street from me, and I was like, oh really? A word?
Yeah, when it came out, I was living in a very remote area, so I was like, yeah, just
I'll-
yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yep.
What's up?
It's like nothing. Just want to hang out.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He just hopped on my couch, just chilling.
I seen the iPad. I seen the tablet. I was like, yep. He just want to hang out.
I mean, it's great. I guess his mama done kicked them out from whatever room they were in.
He was like, you know what? Guy talk. Let's go.
I guess.
Male bonding.
What really upsets me though about about the Meta Quest is like it sounds like Mythic Quest, and it's like it makes me think of the Apple TV show. It's like, damn, no, let's not do that. Also, I'm like, as an owner of an Oculus Quest 2, I'm gonna keep calling it Oculus. I'm gonna be really mad if I see anything Meta when I put the headset back on. I've not put it on since any of this happened.
You know, see, this is the energy of being like, we're just going to keep calling them I know that they want to rebrand to Meta, but we're just going to keep calling them Facebook.
That part.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're not called this Meta Quest. I refuse to acknowledge this.
Right.
I'm kind of upset about this, but yeah, here we are. So yeah, the Meta Quest and everything Oculus related will be Meta Quest from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get an F in chat for this?
Oh, apparently there was another thing too that I did not include with the Meta Quest is that they are actually removing the requirement to sign into Facebook in 2022. So you can just have, I guess, a Meta Quest account, which still would be Facebook, but not Facebook, the social network.
I'm just sitting here and thinking about how this is Second Life Reborn, and I hate it.
I mean, that's if they can get this metaverse thing off the ground, but yeah, no. Oh, thank you. So we back to how it was before? I still don't think so. I mean, it's a thing of, if we look at what Meta is doing and say, yeah, we're changing our name to Meta because, boy, Facebook really has some negative connotations to it. It's the same thing of like, yeah, the Quest will no longer have you sign into a Facebook account. You'll sign into a Meta Quest account, which, again, is still technically a Facebook, but not tied to the social network, but tied to the company that owns Facebook, which, yeah, it's still a mess. It's really still a mess, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's like it's bringing me one step closer to finally leaving Facebook, but again, having to manage brand pages or like fan pages and shit on Facebook, I still need the account. And the fact that I still can't, there's like one or two people I still cannot for the life of me get them to contact me through Discord. But yeah, here we go.
I mean, honestly speaking, it's not even Discord at this point. I'm just like, just send me an email.
Now, look, I'm trying. Look, yes, I have an email server, but I really would like to phase that out if I could. Email is just it's too much.
You don't want these people texting or calling you. So what's the option here?
I mean, Discord. Look, we can set up a Matrix. We can set up Mastodon, Matrix, whatever the fuck. We can do it. Stop using Facebook. So I guess if email has to be the thing, then I guess we'll just use Facebook then. I mean, email, but yeah.
Oh my God!
Is it sad that my brain just kind of blanked out for a second? I knew I saw him leave, but I didn't think he came back.
Who?
My son. But then I kept hearing noises, and I realized he came back.
Was there a glitch in the Matrix just now?
No, I just didn't think about it for a second. I just didn't think about it. Like he so quick, man. Like you just hear pitter patter feet. You don't know whether it's coming or going. It's hard to tell.
The speed.
Mm-hmm. Let's get on Vent. Wait, what's Vent?
Ventrilo? Oh my God! Wait, if you don't get out of here, ruin.
What is? Oh, now I gotta look this up.
No, like that's that old stuff. I don't know if you remember things like TeamSpeak and all of this that like were primarily targeted toward like voice comms for people before voice comms were built into games.
Oh, like,
Ventrilo was one of them.
Yeah, I've not seen this one.
you would spin things up, and then it would give you like a little IP address you could share with your friends and all this. It was the most. It was TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, and some other things. And I'm
IRC?
like, oh my god, no, not IRC, because you couldn't do voice comms on IRC.
ICQ?
Nope, for the same reason.
Yeah, I didn't have a microphone and decent speaker or a headset back then, so it was text to nothing for me.
Oh no, like the Ventrilo things it was a combination of voice comms and they had like chat features. So like you could just see people who were on talking and you could like listen to them, or you could type and say things so they could read them. Like these programs walked so that programs like Discord could run.
Yeah, I set up a TeamSpeak server like late in its life, like when Discord was starting out. Like I think it was AMD Red Team. They were still using TeamSpeak servers, and that was my first ever experience with TeamSpeak back in 2016. So you can see how late I was to that party. But even then, too, like figuring out how to build a TeamSpeak server, and like I did that for a brief bit just to see if I could, because it's fun. It's fun doing that stuff. And more meta news. TeamSpeak was a shit before Skype. Yeah, see, I missed out on that. Like, I didn't really get good computer access until college in 2006. So, yeah. Boom, next option. Hit me up on AIM. Yep. AIM was my bread and butter. That's where I was. That's
taking me through a time machine of technology when it was kind of like all of these comms were trying to play video games while you talk to people. It was kind of like Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, and then like Skype got themselves right, and people were just like, well, that's it. And I still have to this day an archive of like all of these things from like my FF11 guild, and then Discord came up and they moved everything over there. So now everybody's on Discord, and people are just like, who uses Skype anymore? And I'm like, y'all, please.
I mean, it's the only platform that I can use NDI, so. And I don't, like, honestly, again, I keep thinking about it, and I ultimately, at one point, I am going to do it, and I'm going to end up buying vMix for this show and just call it a day.
Not the T-Mobile Sidekick.
I really
Nato being that one little thing that y'all made sure that y'all were around no less than 10 people when you used a little walkie-talkie so people knew you had that feature.
The chirp. Boost Mobile create whole ass marketing campaigns because all their phones had the fucking walkie-talkie feature.
No, like to the point, right? Like it was a whole like came up in like rap songs and everything.
Yeah, like they made a whole. I went and looked that up. Like I want it was less than a year ago. I went up and looked up that commercial.
That was kind of like a flex for me, because it'd be like you could just like
only the rich
somebody
people can afford this.
Yeah,
I mean, but then Boost put that in everything, and like they definitely marketed that shit to the hood.
I'm gonna tell you what the bigger flex was if you were out here, depending on where you lived. Not necessarily. This was definitely not like a hood thing, but BlackBerry Messenger. Be like, what's your BBM code?
Yes.
What you mean? And it's like one of those. The BBM code then is are those text squares blue or green?
Stop.
Now.
No, Sid. No, no, Sid.
It was.
No,
It
Sid.
was.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you, but we will not be bringing that we not be bringing those conversations here. I had whole TikToks fighting this.
Here's like the big flex for me back in the day when everybody was like AIM IRC, and like Yahoo. The biggest flex was getting on Pigeon and being like, "Ayo, I could just talk to everybody."
Pigeon, okay. Trillion.
Mm-hmm. I can talk to all my homies. I can talk to my AIM peeps, my MSN folk, my Yahoo folks, my IQC.
Look, when Pigeon was default, Pigeon was the default IM platform on Linux, and it was like, oh shit, like damn, I just install Ubuntu, I get Pigeon automatically. What? Let's get it.
So let's talk about how it was either Trillion or Pigeon, and it was the true flex was you being able to look at someone who used Trillion and go, but can you also use these?
Why? Why are we having fucking platform wars this early? Just, oh my god.
No, we're not having wars here. We're sharing memories.
No, but I'm saying like, look, like yo, either you got BBM or not. You got Trillion or fucking Pigeon. Like that's like open source versus closed source. Like, oh my god, come on, let's not.
Like this just takes me back to, oh wait, your phone can get on the internet as a flex.
Ooh.
When it was like oh yeah, I have Yahoo Messenger on my phone, it's over for you. You could never. You could
really
never.
is.
Remember you could sit there and send tweets through text messages?
I did, and I
Like
I
that's
have
how
a
you
whole
got
feature.
that's how you got the tweets too?
I remember when that was a thing, but I also learned that way back in the day because it was SMS features. All of your phone functions were also tied to an email address, so you could go if you knew what your phone number was and what the extension for your service was. Like it could be things like, "Hey, Major, I don't have my phone, but I can still reach you because I know how to email your phone." So I would like email you, and you could reply, and I could get that back as an email. I miss that. I really do. And I also remember things like where you put D in front of a username to send them a direct message. I
Yep.
remember like being able to text that whole thing, being able to like reply. They didn't have the concept of like an RT or quote RT yet, so like you couldn't do those things. But other than that, like that was a lot of fun. I remember those things. It's like
man.
SMS was really it for a hot second.
You really wish you can go back to using. I mean, but at that point, like you're just saying what Sin was saying earlier. Just email them. Just email them at this point. Like even feature phones should have like email capabilities at least. I imagine you could put email on a jitterbug, right? I mean, it would be terrible. Well, I don't know why you would do that, but sure. So if I really wanted to call any of you, I just punch in your email address at your custom domain.
Oh, do y'all remember when, because SMS was a thing, there were whole websites you can go to and you could say, I know that this person has this service, and it would let you call them with voice over IP from your web browser? That was a thing. That existed.
Whew, we took a turn there. How did we even get to this point?
We went down.
Let's bring it back because we got a lot to take out through today.
Yeah, because we're still at Meta news. Meta is shuttering facial recognition systems. Will delete data from over 1 billion users. So apparently they're saying, all right, we're not doing facial recognition anymore. We understand that's a very, very shitty move. Or actually, no, I think this is Facebook. I think Meta subsidiary Facebook is deleting the data.
Because like y'all aren't gonna get rid of all that. You absolutely are not. And then,
well, I don't know. I have faith that they will, because they've already got a solution to that. They're just going to do it on device.
I love how you said they already got a solution to that, and I'm just like,
they're just going to do it on device. They're going to take the Apple route. It's like, look,
look, it's okay. So do y'all know about Deep Face?
Deep face or deep fake?
Face.
Well, I know about deep fakes, but I'm not familiar with this deep face.
Okay. So,
why does it? I'm sorry. Carry on. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a second.
I mean, no. Keep talking about that. I mean, if you
I smell something in my house, so I'm about to track that down. So I was like, let's say y'all keep talking. I gotta go figure out what is happening in my house right now.
So, Deep Face is a facial recognition system that's like, AI driven, of course. It has like there's a lot of stuff going on about that if you want to look that up. But what I want to point out here is that it's a program for facial recognition with deep learning features built by a research group at Facebook. Hey Major, you're not muted.
You can't hear us.
Oh, we're okay. So, tell me about this moment. Something just like randomly do stuff that Major's gonna have to end up recording over later. Hey Kevin, can you tell us about this moment that you had with Brewster earlier today? Because you had a moment with Brewster. It was a wonderful time. No, Kevin, I wanted you to share. Tell us about this moment with Brewster.
Oh, we're going on with Brewster? Yes. So, but the funny thing is, you don't get the roost. You have to find Brewster first, and then when you find Brewster, it's like you find Brewster wearing like a polo shirt and a bucket hat, and it's like you find Brewster on vacation almost, and you're like, "Hey, can you come over to my island and start up a cafe?" And he's like, "Bet." And like,
so okay, two things.
mm-hmm.
One, I realized that sure the show couldn't hear me, but I realized I may have been talking way too loud for y'all to where it was still distracting, and I apologize for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's fine. That's why I just asked him to start talking about Brewster.
Okay. Two, yeah, what the fuck? This random Animal Crossing talk out of nowhere.
It was just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for that. Sorry.
You're gonna edit in post. It's fine. So
I probably won't, but
okay. So back to this somewhat serious thing. There's a deep learning facial recognition system that a research group out of Facebook built. It is called DeepFace.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what were they doing with it?
Training their AI models for facial recognition.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Now, how is this important or relevant to this article?
Well, I imagine they were just I mean, it just makes it easier for. Well, they would tell you, and they probably have applied it to being able to easily tag people in photos when you post them to Facebook.
Well, I mean, yeah, but here's
the more nefarious thing would be, hey, we're just gonna figure out how to get more data on you, and hey, you happen to be here in this photo with this geotag, which means you were close to this person, which means you may have been interested in this thing, so we're gonna sell you this.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? There's a lot of things, like the article that you just mentioned was just like, we're like deleting all these facial recognition scans. Not DeepFace, though, which has already learned what it needs to learn from them.
I mean, do you think that they didn't report DeepFace because nobody really knows that it was there?
This is just
maybe
me
they did delete it too?
And I'm just saying they're just like,
I mean, it says here, like, though face recognition in its current incarnation is shutting down, Facebook will continue to work on facial recognition technologies. So
I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things like, hey, Facebook or Meta or whichever you would like to be called as a parent company, what is the point of you telling us, hey, we decided to delete all these facial scans unless you're going to just actually divest from it altogether? Like, what was the point of telling us this information?
Well, I mean, it seems more or less like, hey, this feature you may have been using, because again, we may not have been using, or we may not be using Facebook at all. But if we were, we may not have been automatically tagging people in photos or try to, go away from that. there are still people who may post images to Facebook and they like the automatic tagging.
And that's what primarily what it's currently used
So
for. But
like
right,
that's what they're
like,
so they're probably letting people know, hey, we're getting rid of this feature because we're deleting all of this facial recognition data. That feature won't work anymore because we don't have that data to compare and tag all these people.
the thing is, and like for fairness here, one, maybe this requires like more extensive knowledge of like what happens to a thing like deepface when it doesn't have all of those data scans. Like if they delete all those data scans, because the thing is, I don't know if it has any impact at all for things that for an algorithm for information that an algorithm has already absorbed. So that's a thing. But also, the context behind this is people are doing a thing because of how uncomfortable they are with Facebook as a company having this information when, and this is going to come up later, probably neatly ties to something as you're going to mention. They also know that Facebook knows and is aware that the way that its programs and algorithms handles things stirs up conflict and stuff in a way that is just not good, to say the least. And they're just like, we know.
Well, I mean, it looks like Deepface is actually an open source project. It was developed by Meta or Facebook at the time, but it's an actual open source project.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
I mean, I would say it's objectively better because again, you can examine that code. It's out there. You can see what they were up to.
And then they went delete.
Well, no, they didn't.
Well, not for Deepface.
Yeah, like Deepface is still there. The data they were running through Deepface maybe is all gone.
Why does this sound like a bad? Why does it sound like the antagonist for Ready Player 3?
I mean, the way, like, again, looking through here, it's a facial recognition library. Like, again, unless Meta has a different version of Deepface that's not publicly available, Deepface itself is just to help with image recognition. To sit there and say, hey, I've got this picture. Does it look like this person? If I gave you this picture, I gave you this image. Now I have this image. Do you have any people that look like this one? Like image B? Oh, you do? Oh, image A look like image B. Okay, what about image C? No? What about image D? Yes? E? Yes? Okay. Like I feel like that's what this is. Like I can install Deepface right the fuck now, apparently. And just train a neural net that just do image recognition.
I need to look up whether or not this is open source, because the thing I'm reading on what Deepface is doesn't mention whether it is or not.
I mean, it's right here. Deepface, the most popular open source facial recognition library. I can install it through Python, like right now.
With pip, apparently.
Yes.
We're absolutely not telling y'all to do anything with that. You shouldn't.
Why would I tell people not to do it? It's open source. I'm not, look, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Like I see no issues with this at all. Like I would be surprised if somebody at NC State is not using this already for image recognition.
Oh no, someone has to for several. I'm pretty sure some people are doing that right now. Although I have to wonder how. Actually.
Yeah, this face recognition model was developed by researchers at Facebook or Meta.
Mm-hmm.
The Facebook Deepface algorithm was trained on a labeled dataset of 4 million faces belonging to 4,000 individuals, which was the largest facial dataset at the time of release. Which, yeah, of course, we know where they got it from. The Facebook model achieves an accuracy of 97.35%. On the LFW dataset benchmark, the researchers claim that the deepface Facebook algorithm will be closing the gap to human level performance, 97.53% on the same dataset. This indicates that deepface is sometimes more successful than human beings when performing face recognition tasks. How to use Facebook deepface? An easy way to use the Facebook face recognition algorithm is by using the similar named deepface library that contains the Facebook model. So, like, their model here for deepface is, I mean, it's right here. You can easily get it. Like, I don't think it was hidden. And I guess that's why nobody... It's a thing of, like, I've seen some things where, why is nobody talking about this? Because it may not be reported on. Here, it's like, well, it's an open source project that was never hidden. You just never asked.
A lot like people didn't ask what Facebook's parent company is, I guess, or Google's for that matter.
I mean, but yeah, like it's a way, like, and again, like, words do have meaning. So yeah, like, hearing about deepface, having not heard about it before, initially, oh my goodness, this seems terrible. But then, yeah, looking it up and then easily just coming to an article where it's like, hey, this shit's just open source. If you want to download it and use it, it's like right here. And Facebook's version of it is just it's an algorithm library that you can just attach to the Python to train your model, or you have a model.
It was created by I'm guessing it was created by this research group. I'm guessing there are some questions about what that means for how it's been developed, who it's been developed by. Although, like, right now, I think it has like an MIT license.
Yeah, it's open source. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can easily look at the code, you can see what was there. And again, unless Facebook has a different repository that may be doing other things that we don't know about, there is code for deepface. Anybody has access to it. It's like the end of Metal Gear Solid, where it's like, oh no, the plans for Metal Gear Rex leaked onto the internet, and now everybody has a Metal Gear.
Oh no, not everybody having Photoshop.
Yeah, kinda, except this one isn't as nefarious as somebody losing money, because again, they just wrote it for everybody to easily access. This is like if DaVinci Resolve became free. Or, no, this is like if OpenShot source code got out there, which it already is.
Well, I mean, what if Twitch's source code got out there? Oh, wait. Anyway, what I was going to say was, if it's open source, then this is what makes some things about this makes this a little bit like, now I have questions. One of them being, so does Facebook have the ability to just go, hey, we're going to delete that? Because if it's open...
I mean, well, they could, but imagine how many people have already probably forked it.
I mean, and it's one of those, yeah, probably that, right? Like, how many people probably forked it, how easy it would probably be to find people who have forked it and then, like, do whatever they were going to do. But it's also like, well, I mean, if it's open source and you don't need it for anything, what are you keeping it for? Then this is only a question that I'm asking because it's Facebook that we're talking about. If it were like you and Kevin being like, hey, I want to play with this and see what happens, then that's fine. But if it's like, here's a company that has a whole bunch of people asking them questions on the national level about the facial recognition stuff that they use, and then they decide to delete the models and samples that they were using to feed to this program, but decide to just keep the program is it just for a rainy day, for emergencies?
I mean, they're not keeping it. It's open source. It belongs to the public.
Well, like, the thing is, when I say
it's not a product.
When I say keeping it, I'm not talking about ownership, right? If it's a thing that you are not using, why don't you just delete the thing?
Because it's open source. It belongs to the public. This isn't a product that they could just easily delist and say, yep, we don't need this anymore, so we're just going to delete it. Yeah, no, that's not how this works, especially when it's out in open source. They can just choose to not maintain it anymore and just leave it, abandon it. But they don't just get to decide that, it's just going away.
Well, like you just said, right? If people have decided to fork it, them deleting it in particular doesn't make a difference, does it?
So then why delete it? It's the thing of, if that was the case, then why delete it? If there was, especially if there was nothing wrong with it. There are people who are developing AI models to do a whole bunch of things. Sure, Facebook is a very nefarious company, but we can't sit there and poke at the people who are. We can't poke at all the developers and the researchers who are actually doing a legitimate thing with machine learning.
Okay, but am I doing that?
I mean, you're wondering why Facebook as a company didn't delete Deepface or the source code for Deepface when they decided to get rid of facial recognition data.
But you also just said, hey, we know that Facebook also does nefarious things with this stuff.
Again, yes, if Sheryl Sandberg was the one developing Deepface. But as far as I'm concerned, she ain't doing that. I don't know how much coding Mark Zuckerberg is doing. I know that anybody who is actually making business decisions on Facebook is not coding shit. Yes, I hear the phone, buddy. Whoever is calling me should not be calling me at this time of night. It's grandma. You want to talk to grandma? Oh, now you want to talk to grandma? Oh my god, I can't with you tonight. I can't with you tonight, man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and that's and it's a thing too where when we look at companies who are doing bad things, like I'm sorry, I can't fault individual developers for the terrible business decisions that people who aren't in the fucking trenches every day are fucking up the company for. The fact that there were people even within Facebook, again, even the whistleblower sitting there saying, hey, this is a bad idea. There are good people still within that company. And again, to say that whoever developed this model for facial recognition is inherently nefarious, I can't go with that, especially if they open source the code. We can see what they did.
I mean, am I saying that, hey, like, these people are evil? No, but I can say Facebook is evil, just like you're about to say Facebook is evil in 2 articles from now. The point being here, hey, there is a way that you could probably divest yourself of this, even if it's not like necessarily hitting the nuke or delete button. So I do not know. I do not know why.
To be fair, this is not a Facebook page I'm on. Let's also keep that in mind. This isn't Facebook. It is saying, hey, there is a Facebook model for Deepface. It was created by Facebook engineers, but this is not on Facebook's page. There's like, Facebook isn't even listed as like one of the people on the bottom of his page. It's got Intel, Hewlett Packard, Nvidia, Samsung. Facebook is like outside of the recognition models, like where Facebook is like right here, number 4 in the middle of these contents. They're not mentioned anywhere else. They're barely mentioned anywhere else. But I see, it's a thing too where I can see like, it's almost that question of, can I enjoy Harry Potter knowing that the author of Harry Potter is an absolute scumbag from the very beginning?
Hashtag fuck turf.
Thank you. Like it's or so many people who are into Eldritch horror, knowing that H.R. Lovecraft is a
H.P. Lovecraft,
whatever HP. Yeah, thank you. Was a fucking bigot from the jump.
Hashtag fuck you, Lovecraft.
Like fuck racism, but I hope y'all are in. But I know that we all enjoy Cthulhu's.
Yeah, or the whole Five Nights at Freddy crowd when they found out old boy, the developer, was just donating heavy to fucking anti-LGBTQ politicians.
You need Jesus, Scott.
So again, it's that thing of like, yeah. It's at a certain point you can divest. Now, of course, I can't do that for R. Kelly because again, his songs were literally about that shit. So just throw out R. Kelly along with the bathwater with that one.
You going to jail, Robert?
I actually hit him with the tub.
Yeah, but
and the pipes.
It's the thing of like with this here, it's an open source project. You can see what's happening here. Like, yes, Facebook and some of the practices that they've been in, that they've gotten themselves involved in, are fucking shitty. But it's that thing of like, this is the open source person in me. Hey, okay, buddy. Sorry, I have to give him more screen time. Apparently,
Minor Linux.
You say hi.
Hi.
You want to get up here?
Yes.
Yeah, you big now, but oh, there went a whole bunch of empty cans.
Can. With the tin cans. With the tin cans.
Yeah, all the tin cans. Okay, no, because you yell. We will move this far away from you. But yeah, it's
Excellent.
And I'm in this game. I'm a big boy.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Right.
he said. He clearly
True,
said
let
it with
us
his
know.
chest.
You
He
did.
said it with his chest. He
You
said, "I'm a
did.
big boy." And I'm like, "You're right."
And I'm a big boy.
Wow,
Yes,
Ruin,
you
how
are.
dare you?
There you go, buddy. All right.
Don't put the evil on the child. Sandy.
Wow. Ruin.
Wow.
All the days.
Can I get a
Out
ban?
there.
Yeah. How do I?
Can I get an immediate ban?
Ooh, I'm just highlight. Ooh,
Not major Windows as a username. Oh no!
I am. Oh my goodness. I want to hit the button so bad.
The timeout is just there. It's right there.
Where is? Oh, there you go.
It's right there. There you go. Timeout.
I'm purging the chat.
How do I untime him out though?
Be all right.
But it's 10 minutes. Granted, we'll still be talking about the same thing for 10 minutes.
No, you can hit the timeout button again. It'll untime them out.
Oh, will it? I'm using a different client, so I don't know if that's going to work. Nope, it just reset it.
Here, let me help you.
Yes, please. Thank you. Anywho, yeah, like it's the open source person to me where it's like, I can't, if that code is there, then you can sit there and verify that shit and see what's going on. Now, again, I will go back on that, hey, Facebook is evil bit, if there was a version of deep face that we don't have access to, that may be doing more nefarious things.
One, I wouldn't be surprised. But two,
you're right.
It's a little bit more like saying, like, let's just say, like, hey, someone said, hey, we're gonna stop building a certain type of machine, and I'm not gonna belabor the point past this to like make the point that I want to make, which is, if you tell me you're no longer manufacturing, let's say, something like a particular type of widget or robot, or let's say guns or bullets or things like that, but you still have like molds for casting any of that stuff whenever you wanted to, should you ever find the materials again, I'm going to have a concern. Even if even if the mold is publicly accessible on the internet, you can download it to your 3D printer and make a mold of your own for whatever purposes you want to use. My issue isn't that the mold exists, it's not the fact that deepfakes exist, it's the fact that Facebook was just like, we'll still have access to this at some point, but that is neither here nor there, because there are probably other people using it to do good things with their respective 3D printers, and we're gonna have to leave it at that for today.
Yeah,
otherwise we'll be here until 2 a.m.
Anywho, again, it's the fact that, again, there is something that's open source about it. Some, like, even if Facebook deleted theirs, one, it's not to say that their engineers could not make another one. Two, it's not to say that they just wouldn't use another open source library to just redo anything.
And but the thing is, if they did, like, I would just be sitting here looking at you like, look at these raggedy, unmoisturized, you know what? Let me eat the third cake donut I've eaten today.
We will beat our open source drum today. Yes, today. Tycho, today is the day I will beat the open source drum Yes, gather round, because this is the one time you'll see it happen. Because after I finish this podcast, I'll be right back on my Windows PC and then moving over to my MacBook and then celebrating and going out the rest of the night on my iPad. Not an open source app in sight.
Andrew says this. I guarantee you it won't be the last time he does this.
Wait, what?
I guarantee it won't.
What, beat the open source drum?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it won't be. I like honestly, as much as I do use a lot of closed source programs, I get open source is definitely still a thing near and dear to my heart. So, so yeah, and yeah, of course, again, and that's the thing. Like, oh yeah, deep face is still there, and again, I'm pretty sure that they will use it for on device facial recognition. Again, we never really said it was going away. Just it's not going to be happening on their servers, just on your device, which kind of makes it secure, but not really. Again, we could look at CSAM and yeah, go from there. Okay. We have finally made it out of Facebook, out of Metaland. It took us an hour to do it, but we are finally out. Let's talk about Twitter. We talked about, the old days of Twitter. Now let's talk about the new. Let's talk about the future, the present of Twitter. Super follows are now available to all iOS users. And hey, there's more information on Twitter Blue, their premium service.
Something, I'm going to let you have this article because this was a thing that y'all are asking for depending on the features that they get, and I hate it all together.
So yeah, Super Follows allows you to subscribe to specific Twitter accounts. I think they have to have to be eligible. Users need to have 10,000 or more followers, be at least 18 years old, and have tweeted 25 times within the last 30 days. Be in the U.S. and follow Twitter's Super Follows policy. Twitter gives 3 options for Super Follow subscription. For subscriptions, there's $2.99 a month, $4.99 a month, and $9.99 a month. Allows people to monetize bonus behind-the-scenes content for their most engaged followers on Twitter. Twitter Blue is coming out soon. I don't think it's out yet. Of course, we now have more details for it. You can do the undo tweet, ad-free articles, the thread viewer, bookmark folders, app icons, upload longer videos, top articles, custom navigation, app themes, and pinned conversations. And apparently there are quite a few things that are only iOS, that are iOS only. But hey, anybody can undo a tweet, get ad-free articles, thread viewer. Still not really what I want though, because I don't know what this ad-free article is. I want ad-free Twitter. I want everything ad-free. I don't want to undo a tweet. I want to edit it, which comes with undo. Don't give me half of the feature. Give me the whole damn thing. How much we pay for exclusive iOS features? I mean, I guess the cost of the iPhone. It does. I don't think it's so much like, hey, you have to pay for the specific iOS version. It's just that they have not developed these features on Android as of yet.
If y'all thought people with the blue text messages were insufferable, wait until they tell you about the features that they have on Twitter that you won't be able to use on your Google Pixel. I
mean, to be fair, like I will say that at least on Android, I can play games remotely on my phone without having to open up a browser. I'm just gonna put it out there. I can open up xCloud and Nvidia Shield and Stadia and fucking play games through the app instead of having to use a fucking browser. So there's still no prices for Twitter Blue as of yet, but Yeah. Wait, is there an actual account for this? So is this going live soon? Oh, they've been announced this, but yeah, I don't think it's live yet, but yeah. They're getting ready to launch Twitter Blue, so get ready. Because as SpongeBob says, they're ready.
You said get ready for it. Get ready for it for who? Do you have an iPhone?
I mean, there's still half the features available for Android 2. Just can't upload longer videos yet. The upload longer videos is for web users only anyway. I mean, so you can't see top articles or custom navigation or app themes or pinned conversations on Android. But the important stuff like undo tweets and ad-free articles and the thread viewer, those are available to Android users. The things that aren't available to Android, I feel like are not even that important, really. I mean, but then again, I don't know. I really only use Twitter when somebody tweets at me and I get tagged in something. When I really have that thing to say, I don't just scroll Twitter. I don't understand the concept of doom scrolling. Because that's why I have TweetDeck for, so that it just scrolls for me.
Look at you when you say I don't understand the concept of, and I'm like, there's major being major. I don't understand you young kids today in this doom scrolling.
I don't have time to keep scrolling Twitter on my phone. Like, I got things to do. That's why I have TweetDeck open. It's like, look, I will let the computer
majors out here.
scroll.
Like, I have things to do. Also, major. I have filmed for your viewing pleasure 30 minutes of me opening a single box.
Again, that's a
because
thing
it has
to
an
do.
Apple product.
I would open other things if I got other things. I've opened up consoles and controllers. I shot like a 3-4 part video of me upgrading my son's iPad.
This is what is keeping. I want y'all to know. This is what Major says is keeping him from doom scrolling. I don't understand how y'all have time to do these things.
Look, generating content is better than like watching people either just in various forms of mental disarray, or, you know, people, you know, doing amazing things that I can't do at the time because I'm, you know, trying to keep myself safe.
Okay, so
Or people talking about antivirus for gamers. Like, what? No. What are we doing? Norton, stop. Stop. What are you doing? Stop, Norton, stop.
Y'all, can we? Okay, listen, that's not on our article list, but can we talk about this for a second? There is no such thing as antivirus specifically for gaming. It's antivirus. It just is. Like, if you're going to get a VPN, it's a VPN. If you're going to get other protections to keep people from installing malware or what have you, those are what those things are. That's like gaming chairs. Y'all just get a really comfortable office chair and you should be able to play games in it. I need y'all to stop buying these like rocket ships that end up bending your spine in weird directions it's not meant to because it has Racer X on the back. Please, I am begging you.
And it's like every time I see these tweets from this one individual, it's like, man, I don't want to fuck up his bag, but dog, like, come on, man, just no, stop.
This is like someone telling you, hey, here's a healthy version of Red Bull. Just don't. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not trying to have y'all come over here and fight me because I'll fight you on the front lawn.
Cricket Wireless. So I normally I wouldn't even talk about this, but is this something about this article that really got my blood boiling? I'm gonna see if y'all can find it. Cricket Wireless removes 8 megabit per second. Damn it!
You said Cricket Wireless, and I'm just like, there it is.
No, not that.
But
Nope.
keep going.
All right. Cricket Wireless removes 8 megabit per second speed cap on select plans. Adds 5G access to all plans.
Excuse me? 8 megabits?
There are some, again, would not have touched this. It's like, all right, cool, Cricket, do your thing.
No. We're not gonna 8.
Yes.
Y'all were just
That's why that article is here. There are people who are paying for inexpensive phone service, but were limited to 8 megabits per second speeds on their mobile devices.
do with that.
Again, I like I said, when I tweeted out, I said, look, I get a data cap. I hate those too, but I get that. That doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense than having a speed cap.
You said these people so these people had the mobile equivalent of dial-up is what you're telling me.
I mean, DSL at the most.
Yeah, first party like.
I mean, did they have that?
Yeah,
Because,
early
bruh,
I mean, DSL is about like 5 megabits per second, so maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah. That's why I included this article. There are people up until just recently have phones with speeds of up to 8 megabits per second. And the strange thing is like, in the article itself, it's not even mentioned. Oh, there it is. District Cricket also announced that it has removed the 8 megabits per second speed cap on its $30, $40, and $55 a month plans.
Okay, so here's my take on that. Respectfully, I wish that someone would tell me you were paying $850 for that. Oh, the way I would fight y'all. Metro PCS would never.
Mm-mm.
Like, you were paying $30 to $55 a month for a cell phone plan, and you only get 8 megabits per second.
They said you could download Facebook one line at a time every 30 minutes. They took y'all back.
Ruined. Like, you say Comcast, but even Comcast ain't this damn bad.
Not Major about to stand for Comcast.
That's how bad this is.
Someone call the police. Call the police. I am convinced.
The police.
That is how bad this is. When I'm out here like, Comcast wouldn't even do you this fucking dirty.
Oh my God.
Well, Ruin, I think they may have said it. We did not know it was like this. Like, I want to know how many people actually knew. Because I imagine the people who were buying these plans weren't even aware, didn't even care. But it's just, and then they're like, because they're adding the 5G plan, so people who are upgrading their phones, like, they're like, oh my God, like, man, these 5G speeds are amazing. It's like, no, you still on 4G, boo boo, but you just don't have that speed cap.
Well, I'm having a time. Yo.
You need everyone's 5G access with a 2 gigabyte high speed cap. Oh, so 5G, like, if you use 2 gigabytes of data, they will throttle you. how quickly you can go through 2 gigabytes of data on 5G.
The bar is in hell. The bar is in hell.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus. Mary and Joseph. My God. Okay, you know what?
Yeah. Am I the drama? The villain of my old story?
Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain. Like they, what? No, someone is, and you want to know who they are? It's these people. Wow. Okay,
He punched the bar through the earth to the other side. Where is Cricket based? It's a U.S. company.
Mm-hmm.
Based out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, the whole thing is though they rent the towers.
Yeah, they're in MVNO.
Right.
Parent organization AT&T and Leap Wireless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most likely they either rent the towers or they are subsidiaries of bigger telecoms. And
they're just owned by AT&T, so they're just using AT&T towers. Right.
And so that's how they like quote unquote give you the savings is like, oh, thing, but they're still part of telecom, big telecoms.
And because they're owned by AT&T, we not know why they're so evil.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. In more tech fuckery news, Zoom launches a pilot program to test showing ads to free users.
Nope.
Hold on. Wait. Run that back.
Your morning stand-up brought to you by Cricket Wireless.
Mm-mm.
Your class brought to you by Jewel.
As of now, ads will be rolled out only on the browser page users see once they end their meeting. The video platform explains that only free basic users in certain countries will see these ads if they join meetings that are hosted by other free basic users. Hey, Anka. Hope you're studying, Anka.
Again.
We've carefully and thoughtfully considered how to implement this advertising pilot program, and we have done so with the goal of ensuring user choice. Users will see a banner on Zoom's website that provides a link that takes them to our cookie management tool. So yeah, essentially they're just saying like, hey, after your meeting, you'll just see an ad on the browser. So I guess it's unobtrusive. It won't be like a Twitch ad. Every time you log into a meeting, you see an ad for Chili's. Then in the middle of your sandwich, we should have a team lunch, Chili's. I just have a hankering for Chili's right now. We should go to Chili's. NSO, whose Pegasus spyware hacks iPhones, officially named by U.S. as a national security risk. To which I ask, who is it a security risk for? Because I can almost guarantee that there's a U.S. government agency that owns a copy of this program and is probably using it. Even though another U.S. agency said, hey, this ain't great. So I mean, is it bad for the U.S. but great for everybody else?
As most things are.
All right. So yeah. All right. I'm being called again. Okay, what is happening? Why is everybody calling me right now? I think my dad is calling. He'll be all right. In a bit of news that is mixed between tech and gaming, a literal truck. Why am I hearing a voice? Hang up the phone, please. I don't know what's. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'm not answering that phone. That phone's way over there. I just happened to turn on when I heard you. You will be talking to a whole bunch of Kool-Aid. Good night. I didn't call anybody. Okay, I can't have this conversation right now. I really can't. Bye. What the fuck is happening tonight?
Y'all thought the fuckery was only in technology, but alas.
No.
It is still in technology because all it's doing is happening to all the tech in my fucking house. I am so sorry. So fucking sorry.
All good.
Yes, a literal truck heist over GPUs happened this week.
Jeez Louise.
In a post on the EVGA forums by product manager Jacob Freeman, he confirmed that a shipment of EVGA GeForce RTX 30 series graphic cards had been nicked out of a truck on the way from San Francisco to Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
The post takes care to warn people about purchasing any of these cards that surface, as EVGA has listings of the serial numbers involved. Excuse me. So trying to register the warranty for any of these cards won't work and may get you a visit from the authorities. If you can register a card warranty, that's a clear sign that your GPU is clean. It's a better idea than ever to check the serial number before buying off Craigslist at the moment. This crypto shit has gone way too fucking far. I mean, Tycho, I've registered my GPU. Sometimes you get like that warranty. Something happens to your GPU, you can RMA it.
Sometimes you get those good fringe benefits for RMA.
Anka, I'm gonna time Anka out now.
Why?
They had been nicked trying to make an IT joke. I see you, Anka. Yeah, she did. She totally made that fucking joke.
Not Aga pulling up with the receipt being like, I just want y'all to know that I'm studying.
Yeah, I saw that text message too. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's happening here. I've literally never registered anything that wasn't a PSU. Look, I will register the fucking GPU. Like that, like the GPU. Yeah, that's about the only thing I would register the PSU and the GPU. Mainly because, like, yeah, if something happens to that GPU, the one of the most expensive things in that PC, yeah, I want that. When that shit breaks, I want that shit RMA'd with low barrier to entry. But yeah, I would say that this crypto shit has gotten out of hand, but boy, it gets worse as we go full on into gaming. EA says NFTs will be an important part of the future of our industry.
Wait. Run this back. A little truck heist over GPUs did just happen. Can I just say one thing real quick? Dear United States in general, and corporations in, the United States in particular, corporations in general, can y'all please consider not doing the fuck shit that makes crime have to happen all the time. Because people have been trying to, it's like, I would like to buy a GPU. But then y'all were just like Major mentioned earlier, but then y'all got into crypto and lost your damn mind. Can we not, please?
I relish the day when the bottom falls out of that. Like, I
Oh,
relish
you mean like it hasn't happened because people have been robbed multiple times for millions of dollars in the last 2 weeks, and it's just like not. Yeah, you made a whole cryptocurrency based on the Squid Game and then got robbed for $3 billion, and no one has stopped to just go, I don't know. Either A, this may need to be a little bit more regulated, or A, it might need to be a bit more regulated, or B, it's a bad idea. I'm just, you know what?
And to the fact that it's literally like a currency for criminals who do crime. That's it. Like, sure, some guy wants to be able to pay for things and doesn't want everybody else to know about it. That's fine. But the rest is literally criminals. It's criminals. The rest is literally criminals. I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. So both EA and Ubisoft.
No, we'll get to that one later.
No, they're literally the same thing. They are both saying NFTs are the future. Oh yeah, you thought I was skipping ahead. Dog. There's two Ubisoft stories here. You've activated my trap card.
Trap card, exhaust.
I see both of those, and I see EA saying a thing. You want to know what I'm very curious about? What's gonna happen to Ubisoft titles on Steam?
Oh yeah.
Who wants to run that context real quick? Because I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, last week one of the articles we did not cover because we were doing Back for Blood. Steam said, "Yeah, fuck your NFT and blockchain games. Get them off of our platform immediately." Oh, but that was not without Epic coming through saying, "Oh, but we're the open platform. We'll take all of your crypto bullshit on our platform. Please, do not paint us as the enemy, as we are the voices of freedom. We will love everything on our platform." See, because some companies that make cell phones and laptops that may be a little too expensive, they don't want that. They don't want that stuff on their platform. And Steam is too good taking 70% when we only take 10. I mean, Steam is too good taking 30%. We only take 10. So bring it over here because we need games because ain't that many people playing games on our platform. But it's okay.
Unless they get them for free. And Fortnite. That's basically it.
So yeah, Ubisoft maybe. So yeah, Tycho saying like, look, yeah, they have the Ubisoft Connect, and they're also Ubisoft games are on Epic as well. So yeah, they may just leave Steam, which is not going to make the bulk of PC players happy because boy does like the majority of Steam users hate fucking Epic. Which I'm not sure where that is now, but I know when Epic launched, nobody liked it. And I wonder where Microsoft is going to end up on that too. I mean, granted, I know for me being a Game Pass subscriber, and all of a sudden all of my EA games that I get as a part of it start doing crypto bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to play video games, but why are these big companies making it so fucking difficult to enjoy video games?
So there is what I'm starting to see, especially now, is oh snap! We have a whole raid over here.
Hey, yeah. See again, the program I use, it doesn't show a raid, but hey, welcome raiders.
Perpetual.
Hey, Perpetual Noob.
See, that command worked. Haha.
here's the thing. I see a lot of people focused on, or I'm seeing a lot of like larger kind of entities and stuff. And this is the part that bothers me. A lot of them that people have like a lot of have lent a lot of like credence to as far as their existence go, and be like, hey, this company says it's a good idea, then it's probably a good idea. Starting to speak up in favor of doing all of this stuff related to NFTs and all this other stuff like that. And there is something that is setting off all of the bad triggers for me when it comes to, why do y'all need this to be the thing so much? I would like to understand that part of things, because most things, it's kind of like you can either do or don't with these, or certain parts of technology or whatever just kind of evolve in whatever way they do. But this particular thing seems to be a thing that people almost need to exist. And I'm like, I need you to explain why you need it to exist. Except for, I imagine, the amount of infrastructure you built around it and the ways that you thought about how you might want to cash on it, but you need enough people to believe in it to make that cash.
Tycho says he might have the answer for you. I think I got into the bit of this on stream. People want to monetize every single bit of content. I mean, yeah. It's all about money.
Everything, all the JPEGs. Monetize the JPEGs. So the PNGs, the GIFs. Monetize the GIFs.
It also capitalizes on the anxiety about the stock market, how it's rigged, and what's happening. Yeah. It's so fucking dumb. Just...
Oh yeah, do yourself a favor. You want
to call that part. I'm gonna type the part that I'm gonna say here in chat, because we'll be here all day if I start getting into this out loud.
Yep. Do yourself a favor. Check out the latest episodes of Business Wars. They talk about cryptocurrency, and it's like, man, oh man, is it just a bunch of dude bros trying to make money, trying to make digital money, and literally getting robbed of it? Like, just...
yeah, it's like dumb. Like I really want to know, like, what is all this compute power being used for? Like, if there was a practical application for the compute that they're doing, okay, but if there isn't, like, well, I mean, is that the quiet part we're not supposed to say out loud?
It's like, yeah, it's like your good technology is being hooked in with the money making side of it. Like it's like the whole blockchain is cool and legit, but then it's being tethered to crypto, and that's kind of what we're like off the rails with.
See, it takes a certain set of people to make things that I love and enjoy the worst possible things, and then when you show up, and it's like, hey, I like these things. Oh, then you are the worst of the worst. Like, whoa, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Mm-hmm. It's like we literally are just pointing to the thing that we like and saying this is good. Everything else is bullshit. So when we hear blockchain, we usually hear blockchain in conjunction with crypto. So it's like, even if even if one tastes better than the other, it's still like, ugh, you eating there, you're consuming
Yep.
this, and I'm like, that's kind of what we're. But I'm like, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Well, like, okay, so we were talking about this a few weeks back in the podcast, and this is where Linus can go ahead and edit us, like, rewind sound for this. But one of the things that where we talked about kind of what has happened as, like, technology has progressed and we've made things easier for people to use.
Right.
Is that we have like removed a whole layer of understanding that people have to have about how their technology works. And that's how conversations like this happen, where you just go, okay, so the whole thing is bad. Well, it's not necessarily the whole thing. This part is good for these reasons. This part attached to it is bullshit. How do you see these as separate things? Oh, well, because this part is this and this part is a completely separate thing. What do you mean?
I mean,
People don't separate technologies like that. They usually see things as like wholes. So if it's one of those, if you see this and this paired together all the time, or you see this as being applied to this all the time, you start thinking that if you get this, you also have to get this.
I mean, we consider easily apply that. There's the conversation we had maybe half an hour ago with Deepface.
Mm-hmm.
Deepface on its own is an innocent tool that was made, which, you know, happened to be made by Facebook engineers. But coupled with things that Facebook does as with their business practices, yes, deepfake is a very bad thing.
Now, that being said, I want to point this out here. Remember how I told y'all also half an hour ago, hey, this isn't going to be the last time that major stands for open source?
Son of a bitch.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, to piggyback off, I mean, to go further into that too, like how we're saying that, yeah, like seeing blockchain maybe good. I don't understand blockchain, but yeah, for me, blockchain was introduced with cryptocurrency. It's the thing of people understanding the underlying technology and the underlying technologies and have been there since the beginning to know that, hey, the base thing is good. What it's currently attached to is making it bad, and you're only coming to it when it's been attached to the bad thing. The fact that people may come into gaming or may play EA games or Ubisoft games after NFTs have been attached. It's like, wait, video games do NFT? Oh, no, I want to play this cool thing, but now there's NFTs involved. Gaming is terrible. Anybody who's a gamer is terrible. Like, no, gaming didn't always have this.
Do y'all remember the time when?
Down memory lane.
Or like, hey, PC gaming always didn't always have fucking rainbow puke everywhere. Like the RGBs weren't a part of PC gaming up until recently. Now, if you see anything that emits a light other than white on a computer, it's like, oh, that must be a gaming PC. Look at all that light. It's like, dude, it's just a keyboard with a green light on it. Oh, that's a gaming PC to me. Oh, damn it. But yeah, it's sad how good things do get turned bad by either the military industrial complex, which again, capitalism, or just capitalism in general. It's kind of fucked up. But hey, Ubisoft is in the news for other things.
Well, at least it's not. You know something, as shady as it sounds, at least it's not sexual harassment this week.
Yeah. Seems like hey, the workers are fighting for better conditions. Seems that, hey, shit is kind of working out for Activision Blizzard, but not really. Ubisoft workers demand swifter action from leadership after Activision concedes to employee demands. A better Ubisoft congratulated Activision employees for winning concessions and asked why its own company can't do the same. Because we are French and we do not do that, yo. I don't know. I don't know why Guillemot will not do it, but Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick made significant concessions yesterday, or this was last week. I guess Friday, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how time works. To demands raised by studio employees in the wake of a lawsuit over allegations of widespread discrimination and sexual misconduct at the company. His reduced salary is largely performative. His base pay was already halved earlier this year, but he's still eligible for millions in bonuses, but other commitments were welcomed by employees. Forced arbitration has been removed for cases that deal with sexual harassment and discrimination. The company announced they will raise the number of women and non-binary people it employs by 50%. That forced arbitration bit, that's important. That is fucking important, and it's good to see that. Of course, with this news, Ubisoft employees were like, so Kotick did it. Gimmo, what you waiting on?
Like they said, get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So one, good for Activision at least getting some of the concessions. Again, I'm hoping that they can get everything that they need out of this, and I'll even say one at this point. Because yeah, Activision is a fucking toxic cesspool of a company. And those who are working there definitely do deserve better. And I hope the same, not only for Ubisoft, but all, every dev studio, every publisher in existence. Because again, like we may be talking about the big companies here, there's still small dev studios, small dev teams that are dealing with similar shit.
Yes.
So again, I am all for a union. We need to see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, congratulations on Activision getting the Activision employees getting some stuff done. Hope you get more, and Ubisoft, good luck, Godspeed. We're here with you, and we hope that we definitely hope that you get what you deserve as well. That seemed very threatening. It wasn't supposed to be.
I'd be like, a lot of people need to go to jail and be fired. Yeah. And open up them wallets. That's what we want.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm going to talk about some Mac stuff because, again, I really want these motherfuckers who are coming. The Mac aren't good for gaming. The Macs aren't good for gaming. Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
The M1 Max Games test. The M1 Max Games test shows it equals or beats popular PC gaming rigs. Of course, this is for the top of the line M1 Max that came out a couple of weeks ago. Let's see here. There's some numbers. Yep, there we go. So a YouTuber went ahead. They created a video doing some frame rate analysis of some popular games that run natively in some form or capacity on the M1 Max, whether it is actually running off of the Apple Silicon, or I assume it's being run off of, some of the games that are running off of Rosetta, which is a translation layer for Intel applications that are able to run on Macs. Excuse me. So let's see, Baldur's Gate 3 running at 1440p at 120 FPS on an M1 Max. 60 FPS at 4K. So shout out to that. Baldur's Gate crushing it. Metro Exodus running under Rosetta. Again, so Metro Exodus is only running off of the Intel platform on Macs, but with Rosetta, they're able to translate it from Intel code to M1. You're still seeing 4150p or 4150 FPS at native resolution at 1080p. You're hitting frame rates of up to 96 FPS. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that's also running under Rosetta, is hitting 96 FPS at 1080p on high settings. In the video there are 25 games that they go over to kind of say like, look, these new Macs, they're fucking beasts, and I am telling you, like, as someone using like, even the base model M1 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting some good performance out of it. Like I'm not getting these numbers. I probably won't. But to be able to actually encode the last 2 videos, actually, was it 2? No, 3. I did. No, it wasn't. No, it was 3. It was 2. Because I did last week's Tech Talk Thursdays plays and the Metal Gear Solid video on my M1 Mac and on battery.
But didn't make clips for me. I can tell y'all that right now.
Say what?
But didn't make clips for me.
What do you mean I didn't make clips?
I'm bothering you. Please continue.
Just throw this can. This empty can of Dr. Pepper. But yeah, like being able to encode like 1080p footage, 60 FPS, like down sampling it from 20 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second. It takes a little bit longer than it does on my gaming rig, but somehow, like even though it takes like almost an hour to do, like it's like 2 hours of video, so like it takes me half the time to export than it is to actually watch it. But the amount of battery that's being used when exporting these videos is just insane. Like I can't, and like I wish I had the money to buy the top of the line, or at least the M1 that had the more graphics cores in it, or people are fucking sleep on these fucking M1. The Apple Silicon Macs are crushing it, and people are sleeping on that shit, man. Like it is. I hate to say it, and it's. I mean, people will definitely disagree with me when saying it, but I do feel like the prices of these machines, given what they're doing, is somewhat justified. Not completely, but somewhat justified paying what you're doing, like to get performance that you can't see out of laptops that are of the similar size. And like the thermal performance out of it. It's just a down payment on a car. Look, I don't put down payments on cars.
Did you see that, Kevin? Did you see that? The very gentle. Being poor must be hard. That was what that flex was.
That was not what that was. That was not what that was.
That was a humble flex. That's what that was.
That was.
I was just stating a fact. I was not flexing.
That's kind of like.
See, that's the thing about flexing. It doesn't take a lot to flex, but a flex it was.
It's like, oops.
Like,
you just
be like,
just like
there.
This is just the down payment on the house, and Major literally went, "Oh, we don't do down payments here. I don't know what you're talking about." Just. Oh, imagine being among the peasants.
So have y'all seen my pop figures over there?
Look,
I'm just saying,
over there.
Like what
Twin pythons.
What is a down payment? Are you bartering in feathers? Is that what that?
It's like, oh, you're talking about Python, the scripting language. My bad.
God. Okay, Major. Okay.
That's not how I meant that to come out. I promise.
Should change that hat from dad mode to flex mode. Just keep it going.
That's not how I meant that to come out.
Like,
can we get an F in chat for who? Oh, can we get an F in chat for Ruin? Because that's who was being addressed here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in for you.
Yep, F for flex. That's where it's going. F for flex. There we go. You can't say flex without starting with F. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, no. I can't. Like, they're already talking about like the AR goggles or whatever for Apple. It's like, okay, like even for me, that has to be a line, right? Look, I did not upgrade my iPhone this year. I'm not buying the fucking $20 cloth. Look, my wife offered accidentally to get me some AirPods Max. And I looked at her and was like, what the fuck are you talking? No. I don't know. Like, what, I don't understand. Like, what, no, we no, stop. Eddie, so sorry.
Are you though?
I am. That was not how that meant to come out. It wasn't. I promise you that is not how that was. That was not.
Major said, "Forgive me. What I'm gonna do to amend this is I'm gonna take a pay cut here so that I can live like you do and start making down payments on a thing. I don't know what the thing is, but I'm gonna make one down payment on it."
Where I'm screaming.
Microsoft and Sega team up for a cloud-based super game. To which I say, Microsoft, just fucking buy Sega. Let's just call it a fucking day. Just buy Sega, move on. So that way I don't have to worry about Yakuza going away on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Ruin, you're the only person who I've seen that's been against this plan for Microsoft to buy Sega. They need to go ahead and buy Sega so we can get this over with. I can have Yakuza forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a Japanese, they have a Japanese arm of studios
Mm-hmm.
to put into the Game Pass portfolio so they can sell Game Pass in Japan.
Real talk.
I mean, Ruin, wouldn't you not want free Total War? Or relatively free?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Just saying. You don't want it on Game Pass? It's going to ruin my mod sport. But look, if they're not doing UWP anymore. They're not doing UWP. UWP died with Windows 10. There's no UWP on Windows 11. It's all x86 now. Why do you think they opened up x86 to the Windows Store?
Universal Windows platform.
Thank you. Or what used to be called Metro apps back in the Windows 8 days.
Yeah. The old games for Windows. Awesome.
Oh, those were still x86 too, though.
Yeah, I found a few of those. Cleaned up my room. Had the Club. That was one. Space Siege. That was another.
Halo 2 was games. No, wait. Was Halo 2 ever on? Halo
No.
2 was.
No.
It was on PC?
It was Combat Evolved. It was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Let me Google that.
Yeah, I thought Halo 2 did come to PC. I thought it was like it was exclusive to Vista.
Halo 2. I might be wrong. Halo 2 on PC. Yep, it was on. Yeah, it was on Games for Windows. Yep.
Hooray!
Yeah. See how we doing on the podcast?
But yeah, Microsoft, just buy Sega. Just get it over with, please. That's all people want.
That's all people want.
And speaking of Microsoft, they said that the Metaverse will include Xbox gaming.
Oof.
Quote, you could absolutely expect us to do things in gaming, said Satya Nadella. If you take Halo as a game, it is a metaverse. Minecraft is a metaverse. And so is Flight Sim. In some sense, they are 2D today, but the question is, can you now take that to a full 3D world? And so we absolutely plan to do so. But Why? You don't have to do this. Facebook did not coin the metaverse. No. Oh, no. Facebook did not coin the metaverse. I'm gonna need you to look at VentureBeat and go back.
Ew, you said, wait, stop. You what? What?
What?
Oh, no, Major, you will not do that.
What did I do?
I'm going to need you to go look at VentureBeat. Sir, what?
What happened? What did I do? I have an article from VentureBeat. The one you shared, actually.
That was desperate. I was honestly expecting you to go, this has about the weight of like a feather in the wind. Take this back.
Actually,
I'm surprised you did.
Actually, one of the games journalists for VentureBeat or their GamesBeat section, Jeff Grubb, is really good. I've since stopped following VentureBeat or the GamesBeat section of that site when they kept talking incessantly about the metaverse months before Facebook said they were doing metaverse stuff.
But I will tell y'all this. Metaverse actually does not come from like Facebook Meta.
No.
Like that, like they didn't do that.
No.
It was actually it first appears in a science fiction novel.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, Ready Player One, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Actually,
before
it could have
that
been. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did not. Yeah, but
it's a thing
as soon
called,
as I said it, I said, no, it's going to be way before that.
it appears in a novel called Snow Crash. That was apparently published or whatnot in 1992, where they have like basically all of the humans in that story interact in virtual space.
I've already seen someone ask the Facebook by Microsoft
would eventually be uploaded into they would have avatars on the internet, and that's how they would interact with each other completely. That was the idea in 92.
So Facebook or Meta did not create the metaverse. Now about launch, they're just the latest, and now everybody knows about the fucking metaverse, which
Ready
just
Player
like
One,
crypto and NFT.
19 years later.
But yeah, now we're at a point where like crypto and NFT and metaverse are going to be things that are going to be tossed around, and the sad thing is, it's going to be commonplace. Just like when cloud was introduced. And everybody hated it. It's like, oh my God, it's cloud, everything. Now that's all we fucking talk about is the cloud. Shit being stored in the cloud. That is a normal conversation we are having about things.
I mean, for a lot of things, honestly, it isn't a conversation anymore, if we're being real about it. It's almost at the point that it's just assumed to be like the default state of things. Where you ask for
now.
like the assumption, it used to be the assumption is local storage is default and cloud storage is like for special situations. Now it's things like why would I have anything on my computer when I could have it on the cloud and accessible everywhere? So the assumption is, do you want to install things actually to your desktop? Because there's a special option for that, as opposed to, hey, we're putting this on your desktop, but if you want to upload that to the cloud, here's a special option for that. And that process took maybe 6 years.
Look, everybody, if y'all want to go to the cloud, y'all can go to the cloud. You won't. All I know is if you don't buy hard drives, it'll make them cheaper for me. Just saying. If you don't want your hard drives anymore, I'll take them. I'll build an NAS. It'll be great. Synology, look, nobody's going to be using your shit because they want to store it in another cloud. Send me a NAS. Look, if anybody is listening to this show, watching this show, and they work at Synology, or have a connect to Synology, let me know. I want to actually test one of their NASs. Please? Please? I want all the storage.
The storage. I would like the storage, please. I'm pretty sure Linus is going to end up adopting a false French accent at some point. Because, these are things that he will also not be making down payments for. I just want you to know that is now that is now the meme of this show, is you not making down payments for things.
Major Linux has become the bourgeoisie. And speaking of other things that are a part of the metaverse, whether you like it or not, Roblox. It was in the news last week because it went down for 3 days.
Oh yeah, my homie Brittany was like, "Oh, I can't Roblox."
To which I was waiting for them to actually finally have some type of postmortem for it. Luckily, that did come on Monday. It seems a, quote, subtle bug was responsible for the outage, as Roblox founder and CEO David Baszucki puts it in his blog post. Quote, "This was an especially difficult outage in that it involved a combination of several factors. A core system in our infrastructure became overwhelmed, prompted by a subtle bug in our back-end service communications while under heavy load. This was not due to any peak in external traffic or any particular experience. Rather, the failure was caused by the growth in the number of servers in our data centers. The result was that most services at Roblox were unable to effectively communicate and deploy," end quote. So when I saw this news, I was like, damn, parents must have been in some shit for 3 days. Yeah, so same issue that I think that happened with Facebook. Yeah, it's just somebody fucked up somewhere and it just became a huge big issue. Apparently it took Roblox a lot longer to sort out the issue, get everything back online. But it was kind of a question that soon became really rhetorical. But yeah, Tycho answered to it when I post about it on Twitter. It looks like a lot of these services are having more and more outages lately, especially when we need them the most. And I feel like it kind of boils down to the fact that there are people who are in charge of these systems who are no longer in charge of these systems. That whoever is running the IT, the DevOps for these companies are not who they were when they were set up. And now you've got like this low level engineer that's just sitting there and like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't. Or you had a whole bunch of low level engineers who built it initially. Hey, the DJI Mavic 3 is available if you want to go pick one up. Thank you, DJI. Or yeah, like there's a whole bunch of low level engineers who built the shit to begin with, did not build it great. And now it's coming through and just biting these companies in the ass. To which I say, hey, if you are hiring, you want somebody who's really good at doing this, I'm available. Hi. You can reach me at marcus@majorshouse.com. I can give you a resume. It looks beautiful. I heard they didn't handle the communication well. Yeah, I was not following it enough outside of just looking at articles saying that Roblox was down, because I could really give two shits about Roblox. Thoughts from anybody else?
Not about this. I have to let y'all have something I'm not being spicy about. So this is your one of 5 articles this week.
Okay. Well, maybe you have some thoughts about this one. Oneal leaves Blizzard co-leader role. Ybarra becomes sole boss.
Old boss.
Activision Blizzard announced that Jen Oneal is stepping down from her role as Blizzard co-leader when she started in August. That's August of 2021 with Mike Ybarra. Ybarra will then become the sole leader of Blizzard. He and Oneal stepped in after J. Allen Brack's departure as Blizzard president, which happened after the California Department of Employment and Housing sued Activision Blizzard for sex discrimination in the workplace.
Feel like Jen saw something coming and went, let me not be here when this happened. Y'all not gonna have me over here taking the fall for dealing with y'all. No, thank you.
Agreed. They were like, we see.
I would like to decline this offer, whatever this is. I'm not here for it.
The message in the tea leaves, and we were like, no, time to go. It is time to go. Like, sometimes you got to get while the getting is getting.
It's just, wow. I really want to know. Like, you just can't wait for the books to come out and figure out what the fuck happened.
Like the books, I'm waiting for them video essays.
Well, I'm talking like the books being written by like Jen Oneal gonna have a book. She gonna have a book.
She'd been there for 20 years.
She gonna have a book.
You knew where the bones were buried.
And it took 2 months at being a lead role to be like, yeah, nah, dog. Just can't. Like, it makes me wonder, was she on the way out to begin with? And then they're like, hey, can you just like stay on for just a little bit longer to run this? It's like, I'll try. Oh no. Yeah, I'm out.
Can we talk about what in this article it says that she's leaving to pursue?
Let's see here.
Her piece more like it.
All right, yeah, so is it in this article? I'm not seeing it, or maybe just overlooking it. Oh no, there it is. Oneal is leaving Activision Blizzard to focus on bringing more diversity to the gaming industry. Activision is creating a $1 million grant to Women in Games International in her honor. Oneal is a board member of the organization. So wait a second. If you're leaving Activision to do the thing that Activision... Okay, you know what? Activision just needs to die in a fire. Because if you can't literally do the thing you want to do at the company who needs it... Oh, boy.
I am just saying... Lady said, you know something, God bless and Godspeed. I believe in y'all, but also there are things I want to do, and you know something, maybe some of the stuff I do outside of Blizzard will be beneficial to Blizzard and what I was trying to do here in the first place. Imagine working somewhere for 20 years, finally getting into a position of like the most power you're going to have to possibly affect these changes, and then 2 months later being like, let me peace out and try to do this diversity thing for real.
Be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope, thanks.
The way she had to hit him with the Viola Davis gift, she got up and picked up her purse and left.
Or the LeBron James gift, where he gets up and picks up his purse and sorry, his merce.
What I don't like is, especially because apparently there was like a diversity and inclusion thing, but also she's for women in gaming, and she's leaving it in the hands of this person who I'm just like, do we know anything about
Mike Ybarra? He was at Xbox for a long time. He was at Xbox for a long time.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah. I forgot what he used to do there, but yeah, he was at Xbox for a while. Then he left and went to work for Blizzard. I mean, he's not been there that long.
He's like, he's probably texting like Papa Phil, and he's like, I'm just keeping you in the loop, just in case something happens. You got me, Phil. You got me. I might be coming back. I might be coming back. I don't know how this is gonna play out.
I mean, at least his hands are. Hopefully, his hands should be clean. I hope. I really do.
I hope. I hope.
I know.
Now he joined Blizzard long after a lot of the shit that they're bringing up, but yeah, there's no telling. Like, still, even when he showed up, how much of that he got into.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope that he did not involve himself with that. Now I included this one just because it just sounded funny. Nintendo hacker Gary Bowser pleads guilty. 51-year-old Canadian hacker Gary Bowser has pled guilty to multiple hacking charges, must now pay $4.5 million, and could also face up to 10 years in jail. Yeah, it's very convenient, but also known too that the Nintendo of America president also has the last name of Bowser is also hilarious.
Oh, Doug.
Doug Bowser? Gary Bowser?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And I'm going to include this last bit here too. Or these last two bits. Nintendo has had Team Executioner in its sights for some time, but things escalated last October when the U.S. government issued federal charges against Bowser and alleged fellow Team Executor member Max Lorne, a 48-year-old French national from Avignon, and Yuaning Chen, 35, from Shenzhen, China. Bowser was arrested and deported to the U.S. after being found in the Dominican Republic. Lorne was arrested in Canada, from which the United States is seeking his extradition. And Chen is still at large.
Oh my God. Nintendo, really? These people just want people to play games on your console, okay? Like, it's just...
Nintendo be Nintendo because Nintendo.
Nintendo don't fuck around, apparently.
Nintendo don't fuck around with my bag. Yeah, I just included that because, Nintendo caught Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there are people at large from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, I never thought I would run about somebody on the lam from a gaming company in my life.
Shigeru Miyamoto looking at the wall, got the Nintendo Most Wanted posted on it.
Mm-hmm.
And today, in this week's section of please, for the love of God, stay in your lane, please, 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 but you're not gonna listen to me anyway. Netflix launches Android games globally with downloadable titles included in your subscription. Starting today, or yesterday, or 2 days ago for that matter, the Netflix app on Android phones and tablets. These games offer subscribers what would otherwise be paid titles for free. The games, which include titles inspired by Stranger Things and more, are downloaded to your device and in many cases are fully playable offline. The full list of games included at launch is as follows: Stranger Things 1984, Stranger Things 3, Shooting Hoops, Card Blast, and Teeter Up. When a user opens the Netflix app, they will likely see a row dedicated to games, and on tablets, Netflix says the section will appear in the category selector. Netflix confirmed on Twitter that this feature will go live tomorrow, November 3rd. Or yesterday. After a game has been selected in the app, users will be redirected to the Google Play Store for download and installation, as was seen in previous tests. So yeah, Netflix will now let you download games via their subscription service, which, as Tycho pointed out earlier, when I shared this tweet, expect your Netflix bill to go up. They've said that it should be rolling out to iOS, but I don't know when, and I do not know how. I do not see this working on iOS, but again, that's one more thing Android has over iOS for those who are keeping score at home. There's memes about Nintendo agents lurking outside your windows and doors when you say emulator real. This is why I've yet to install any emulators. I can't. I live a nice, peaceful life in my house. I don't need Nintendo breathing down my neck. Also,
we're gonna keep it that way. I just no, I'm fine.
Also, no Netflix games for you?
I don't have Netflix as it stands, so I don't know if I want a Netflix game.
I'm good.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to try this out, right? Finally use that Pixel for something. Now we're in the streaming section, finally. Twitch tests paid boost feature despite negative feedback from streamers. So it's out there now.
No,
I hate it here.
Hi, this is me being surprised.
Hate it here. And
Every time that we
imagine-
talk about, hey, Twitch, this might be a bad idea, and maybe that time and resources better spent on doing literally anything else. The answer is, okay, but what if we did the foolish thing? So, not shocked here. But for the sake of saying, this is a bad idea. For one thing, let's talk about the paid boost feature for a second. For those of y'all who don't understand what that is, that used to be a thing that you could do with channel points. They've turned that into a thing that you now have to pay money into. But the person that you are sub to, or what have you, that you would be wanting to use this feature for, sees absolutely none of that whatsoever. That money just goes straight to Twitch that you throw at them for trying to make this discoverable. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a thing that for every screenshot I've seen has an error message or has a note at the bottom that says this is only available for people who are in the US. Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there are streamers and users on Twitch that don't live in the US. And it's not a small number of them either. Especially considering that an example for places like, China, that has like a good 14 to 16% of the population of the full planet over there. Why? Why did you do this?
Well, I mean, I can speak to the region locking bit of it. I imagine it's just financial regulations that are keeping them from rolling it out worldwide. Like, if it's another way for a company to make money on a thing to sell a service, I'm pretty sure they have to go through those countries' regulations. They got through the US because they're based in the US.
I mean, sure, but do you see how this is an inherent problem? Or did we forget about 2 years ago when almost the US users had a meltdown of being like, can we please not on our ads that pop up before our streams have Ninja appear on there?
Yeah, but this is, again, these are two separate issues. Like, you're asking why is the paid feature only available in the US?
The issue is available in the US, but in addition to that, it's a paid feature that is meant to be used to increase visibility. Does this only increase visibility for US users to US users only, or is that everyone? Because if that's everyone,
I imagine it's to just the US. I imagine it's only to the US. But again, it's a thing of the people only being able to use the feature would only be able to use it in countries in which the regulations allow it to be used. I don't think it's so much like, oh no, like this is just only in the US because we only just thought about the US. Again, that's like,
it's not that
I don't cover Apple Pay and Google Pay articles every time new banks and new countries are added to it.
I mean,
because
maybe
like,
not, but also I'm not gonna look at this and just go, hey, this is only available to this section of people to try to increase visibility to these people, and then go, so now we're in the scramble for visibility that people are throwing money at, that your streamers don't get, that then we have no idea whether this is just a US thing that only affects US people and absolutely no one else, period, or if that means globally, hey, you've decided to use this feature, so now this promotes who's able to see that whole thing globally, but only one country can use it.
I'm so mad at this though. I'm mad that Crit is the one that's being plastered all over this help document.
Wait, what?
Or is it Kit? Big Cheese? Yeah, Big Cheese.
Oh yeah,
Kit.
Yeah.
His channel is the one that's being plastered all over this help document for the boost.
Do you know what? I hate that.
Yeah, I know. I that's why I brought it up. Cause yeah, we've talked about this before. That's why I brought it up.
The other
I think
thing,
I think this document is still for the channel points and not for the paid boost, though.
The other thing that I am uncomfortable with is the people who are going to use this, because you already have like high visibility people with whatever amount of users that are willing to throw like free money at them or whatever. The people that it would be beneficial to are people who don't have that level of visibility, but the people who don't have that level of visibility probably also don't necessarily have people who can just throw money at them to make them visible on a Twitch platform. And even if they were, for example, if you came to my channel and be like, hey, we want to pay for, like, we want to like throw money at you to make you more visible on Twitch, I would be like, don't do that.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything that's reporting as to where the boost would be happening, but I imagine it's still all of it's still happening within the US.
I want everybody to hear me tell y'all that I'm going to have Major send me money for blue chair rum, because that's my favorite, blue chair banana rum, if we find out that this thing is is globally visible.
I mean, I'm not betting on it. I'm just like I'm just saying I am saying like, look, I hope that that's what the deal is, because again, it's a thing of understanding from a regulation standpoint. This is the only reason why it's only why US viewers can pay.
Yeah, because
with that caveat right there, I'm hoping that it only boosts within the US. It only makes sense that that's where that would happen. Like that,
this is where, no, continue.
No, yeah, that was it. I'm struggling for words, but I think I made the point that I was trying to make.
The wild thing here is, this is everybody's friendly reminder or unfriendly reminder, depending, that this used to exist globally as something that you could just buy with channel points.
Which I feel like that part's still there.
And this is one of those. So we're just here for the greed at this point, and I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. But could you argue though, because this article makes it a point that the streamer themselves could buy the boost. That would that be equivalent to buying ads on the platform?
Yes.
Because like you can do that on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook already. YouTube. Would that be inherently any different? Would you feel better about this feature if it was only the streamer buying the placements and not the viewers?
Absolutely not. I would like them to fix their whole discoverability thing in the first place. And that's something that people have asked them for. And they said, what if you gave us money though?
So then the question is, what makes Twitch doing it different than Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any of the other social media platforms? Because I can go on Facebook right now and buy Facebook ads for Major Linux's Facebook page. I can pay Twitter to promote tweets. I can pay Instagram to boost my Instagram posts.
So aside from the fact that most of those in general or content sharing, and mostly for the people who would use those features, marketing platforms, here's the other thing. Major.
Because I mean, I would argue that me buying Twitch boosts would be for marketing.
Do you feel like I would just go, like that? I am just going to go, hey, we shouldn't do this here, and not go, hey, maybe we shouldn't just do that anywhere either, because like you already know, like I'm kind of on like the anti side of this in the first place. I don't know why you would ask me this question. Like, well,
because I do legit want to hear the thoughts though, because I mean, again, there are legitimate reasons for people to buy ads on those platforms. So why wouldn't somebody come to the logical conclusion that, hey, I would also do this for Twitch if it's going to increase my visibility for my channel and the things that I'm doing? Like, why wouldn't, like, for this, like, let's not say like, oh, I'm just playing Metal Gear Solid for no particular reason other than I want to play Metal Gear Solid. Okay, let's say if I wanted to advertise Tech Talk Thursdays live on Twitch.
Okay, that's fine. Let's take 3 of those platforms off the table, right? Unless the context that you're assuming is that my followers can't do that.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say for the sake of argument, the viewers of your Twitch stream cannot do it. So Twitch allows you, the content creator, to boost your stream the same way Facebook allows you to boost your posts, Instagram allows you to boost your posts, Twitter allows you to boost your posts. So in that context,
I'm going to address this in 2 points. Point 1, but that's not what they did though, and I'm just gonna leave that period there. Point B, because like here's the thing, right? And I have to say it this way because this is where, and this is not, hey, for everybody viewing and like listening at home and stuff, this is not me coming from Major. This is the thing that I regularly have to deal with as a person who has to talk about a lot of things. You get a lot of things where people get into, okay, well, what about hypothetical situations? We're in this or this or this. And I'm just like, okay, but that's not what the company did. And that's what I'm critiquing them for. So that's the thing.
Yeah, I get that. But
like, B, if it were a thing that streamers could choose to just go, hey, this, like they say that this is what that extra visibility looks like. If you were to buy this, it does this for X amount of time or these points of the day or whatever else, and they had that planned out, and the streamer could decide to buy that for themselves, and that wasn't something that their audience purchased, I would be like, you Twitch, you raggedy bitch, fix your discoverability things and searchable features and stuff. But I would also be like, I mean, if it's something that people can choose to opt into, and that is the streamer's choice, then fine. I'd hate it, but for the same reason that it's just like general like capitalist nonsense that I hate. But not in the same way as this. It would be things like, oh, that's cute, they still need to fix discoverability, and that would have been like a 30-second conversation at the most. The thing that has me heated here is that they have viewers buying into it, and that's what's getting me.
Yeah, and again, like that's not like that's the thing. Like, I will still like, yeah, that's bad. I do not like that. But
That is the
question
whole
I would,
problem.
yeah, like the question I was bringing up was like, what if Twitch allowed creators to actually just run, like, not necessarily run ads like the Ninja fiasco, but to pay to be promoted at the top. Like, and I wouldn't even say like, because that the thought did cross my mind, but it's like, no, that's just fucking terrible. But I'll say it anyway for the purposes where this could go, which it shouldn't. If creators were able to buy front page space, like to be at the top in the carousel.
Like the way that just becomes in addition to everything else, and this is, you know, a lot of what people like get into and enjoy about the platform and about the whole dream, as it were, about being a content creator is that most of these platforms allow you to do so basically for free. Like you can just go, I would like to have an account on twitch.tv, and it does not cost you anything, and you can like make whatever content you want to make or build whatever stuff you want to build, and like use your social media platforms to bring people here and all this other stuff. And that is one of those things that's like, hey, not here or there, but it is kind of the whole vision and whatever that this platform is built on. And what makes people come over here and grind is like, if I put in the work for this, at some point maybe this will work out. Now behind the scenes, obviously there's a whole bunch of fuckery happening, but that's how people feel. Now it's if I come over here and I make sure to set aside money for like boosting my visibility or whatever else, then maybe this stuff will work out. It feels very different to come over here and be like, I need to make content and I need to network with people and I need to talk about this on the various platforms that I have, versus I need to do that and also I need to consider that when I get my tax returns, buying some ad time for this if this is something that I seriously want to get into. In addition to also having to invest in stuff like equipment and infrastructure and all that other stuff that you have to do. At that point, quite honestly, go and find out from your Chamber of Commerce how to make an LLC and write a business plan and just go do that instead.
Kev, what does LLC Twitter got to say about that?
They'd probably say take a breakfast with Jay-Z and see how it works out.
Didn't Jay-Z answer that question?
He did.
Is it just take the money?
Take the money.
So, no, like, I think it was either Jay-Z said that or Tidal said that because people kept asking that question. They was like, take the money, the fuck?
Take the money. LLC say boost yourself and build your own brand up.
All right, so since Tycho was asking about this, I'll move this up a little bit.
I don't know why Tech was asking about doing laundry.
It would all make sense in the end. The Twitch leak, the link that keeps the gift that keeps on giving. Apparently there is an investigation being launched in Turk. I was about to say Turkish, but no, that's not what that is. In Turkey, involving a money laundering scheme with a politician. Twitch did have a win earlier, but look, it's still more L's. So it's a simple, straightforward system. So was the scam. Thieves would use stolen credit cards to purchase and donate large amounts of bits to willing streamers, who would then refund the bulk of the donations into different accounts, keeping a small cut, reportedly 20 to 30%, for their trouble. Sounds like money laundering 101, and it was apparently not a great secret. Ruin, we did get better moderation tools out of it. It took them forever, but we did get them. Every so often, you do have to give Twitch a treat. Look, Ruin. Don't make me say Kev after you.
Like, Ruin, you're not going to see a W on Twitch unless you're actually looking at their word mark.
Well, so yeah. Apparently this Turkish politician was facilitating moving money through bits on Twitch, and the Turkish government kind of they came across it when they noticed a whole bunch of streamers from Turkey who did not appear to have a lot of views were getting a shit ton of money sent to them through bits. I mean, what is the quote that a lot of our the content criticism was it influence over followers or some shit?
Impact over numbers.
Yeah, impact over numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could technically say that happened here, but apparently it also landed some people in some hot water over in Turkey.
It's both impact and numbers.
Oh, that's what you meant by 13. I was wondering, you kept saying you had 13. I didn't know what that meant. Good Lord, dude. I'm so sorry. Yes, please get some rest.
Get some rest.
Take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to call no. Go to bed immediately.
Yes.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh. I'm so sorry. So yeah, apparently those impact over numbers in Turkey don't mean the same there as it does here, because apparently, yeah, if you ain't pulling much views, but you getting banked through Twitch bits, people looking at you real funny. So yeah, again, the Twitch leak, the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, I guess like Takal was talking about how this might answer my question about why this is only allowed in the U.S. And because it's like apparently people are using it for laundering.
Not to say that wouldn't happen here either in the U.S., but again, it's that thing of like there are laws, there are financial laws that companies have to follow, and it would make sense that yeah, Twitch introduced this in the U.S. It was easier for them to go through U.S. the legal system to introduce it here. But to do it in Turkey, there are other things they need to do in order to get payment.
Are you sure about that? Because I mean, they let bits happen.
But I imagine bits didn't launch globally all at the same time on Twitter. I mean, on Twitch. Again, it's that thing of Apple Pay still is not available in every country in the world. Like, they roll that shit out. It is still amazing. I will still see countries that, oh yeah, we just got Apple Pay. What do you mean? Apple Pay's been available for almost a decade. Well, not quite, but still. It's been a thing for a while. What do you mean you're just now getting it? It's almost like those jokes of like some random country in Europe is just getting Mork and Mindy for the first time. Like, what do you mean you're just now getting it?
Fair.
You did, Ruin, you did. Almost every country in the U.S. America, fuck yeah. You did. You almost heard that.
Come through, Justin Bieber.
Twitch makes change to banning, then changes its mind. Twitch's rollback of ban feature it said was accidentally released early. A change to the way bans work on the platform meant that banned accounts were automatically removed as a follower. However, Twitch's rollback on this change a day later.
Part of there are a lot of things about that, but one of them is that a lot of people have some streams where part of the culture and experience of that stream is that people ban other people for the meme.
And that is mentioned here.
But that's a whole thing. And I remember seeing that for the first time and being like, see, I couldn't play with that because one day y'all gonna get banned and I'm gonna forget to unban you. And then Twitch was like, well, what if you also got unfollowed? Which is something that people have been asking for fairness.
So like, it's a thing of, I'm wondering, like, all right, they figured that part out. Like, all right, cool, we got it. But how do we? I guess it's a thing of, how do we ask the streamer or the mods to, like, if they want it the full remove, or do you want a partial? Is this a joke, or do you really need to move this motherfucker out?
Honestly, they could just put a toggle up there and just leave it there.
I mean, I'd imagine, like, I would, and that may be the thing. It may be, hey, should we do a toggle to where it's either all or nothing? Or in my view is, when you hit ban, ask a question. Do you want to remove them as a follower as well?
Well, like in a lot of cases, it would be things like adding an extra button, but just try to imagine for a second. You get another one of those hate raids.
Yeah,
you have
and
to give a separate confirmation for all of those. And this is why I was suggesting a toggle where you just go, either if I ban somebody, it means ban and unfollow, or if I ban somebody, it just means ban, but don't have them unfollow the channel. I mean, people who choose that stuff.
I can see both scenarios where it's a toggle, and it's like either ban and do nothing else, ban and ask, or ban and unfollow.
Okay, that would make sense. In checkboxes or radio buttons or something like that. Yeah.
Or like how we have like the levels of moderation. Like that just becomes a slider for them, and maybe that's what they're looking at. And maybe like, all right, we figured it out. We can now do that. But boy, we need to figure out, do we want it as a toggle for the button, or should we ask people? Like, I'm pretty sure they're going through like the usability testing of it now, and it went live in the wrong build. Because boy, I'm pretty sure they're trying to make sure all of their source code is secure again. So everyone's opted in with no options unless the article says. I don't know, because I mean, think about the other moderation changes they made since the hate raids came out. Like, they were all turned off by default. People went in and turned them on. Like, they were not on by default. I mean, I definitely went in, turned them on, and then as you see, like at various points, I may turn off of the screen so I can VIP people as I see them come in that I've known before, or known good viewers of the channel. Twitch launches a new category for animal streams.
I believe this is the one that was being developed by Frisk.
Yeah, I did see they were
she was announcing Frisk MK or something like that earlier this week, where they just have animals, aquariums, and zoos.
Yeah,
there is, which on a certain level, I'm just like, okay, but also, it's one of those things where I don't necessarily have like a whole bunch to say about it one way or another, except for, I mean, are we doing too much when you just have like a whole category that's kind of like, hey, this isn't gaming, this is an IRL thing, and you can see what it's not like this is an abstract thing. There's a video here with an aquarium, and it's an IRL stream. You're like staring in an aquarium.
I mean, but when you were talking about discoverability earlier, wouldn't this fix that problem?
I mean, does it? Can you search?
I mean, if somebody was looking for animals specifically and didn't necessarily want to go through a whole, I mean, let's look at it before even they added the hot tub stuff, right? Like, if you wanted to just watch animals, and the only place you could really do that was the just chatting, but then you'd have to go through all the people who were just sitting in their living rooms smoking pot, or the hot tub streamers, or just people just having conversations and didn't know that a podcast section existed. You just wanted to watch some cute animals because you heard that, hey, there's some otters in an aquarium and everybody's watching them, but they never told you what the channel was.
Okay, so here's the thing. Have you tried looking for this stuff?
Oh God, no. Oh no. I'm look. I have specific people that I follow. I have them set up as announcements in Discord in a Discord server. If not, I just maybe happen to randomly be on Twitch one day, and I'll just hop into a a channel that I follow. I understand. Like that's why I rely on y'all to say what the discovery aspect of this is, because I don't use it. I sure for me as a content creator, I would love for people to discover this channel. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. But
Because like this
yeah,
stuff, when you're looking for things and you decide to go, I want to use the browse feature, they have 4 major categories, and then under each of those major categories they have whatever subcategories are. So the 4 main categories are games, IRL, music, and esports. And then if you click on any of those, it gives you, here are all the subcategories for what that is. One of which for IRL is the animals, aquariums, and zoos. So when you're talking about like discoverability and things, you have like a tagging system, which is like legit. When you go to the I would like to browse for things page, it's the only thing that you can use are filters. None of which over here, by the way, are animals, aquariums, and zoos. You would have to know that you need to go to the major IRL section first before you can then find the category of animals, aquariums, and zoos to then see who's in that whole section. It's a whole thing.
so I mean, okay, so let's look at this. So I'm clicked in the main IRL one, right? Like none of the streams that are live right now in just the basic IRL are anything animal related. I'm just gonna scroll past that one in the top that was up in the top right. I'm just gonna not pay attention to that at all. But yeah, like the top ones are sports because there's a football game going on right now.
So in the IRL section that I have for me, there's a section that they say is
again
you have
like,
a recommended strip.
Yes,
and then they have like a sports strip. The recommended strip for me immediately has someone that does animals, aquariums, and zoos.
Never mind. I just now see that they are broken up by that. But yeah, even like the recommended IRL, like there are like 3 sports, including cheese kit, which we talked about earlier.
See,
2
you
just
want to know
chatting,
why though?
and
I get recommended animals, aquariums, and zoos because I follow channels in the IRL section that have aquariums. I don't think Linux does this. I don't think like
no,
Major Linux is a person who follows like the channel that just has turtles in an aquarium or fish in an
no,
aquarium or
no.
axolotls or whatever. But I
yeah,
do.
like you
But
can
like
like
it's
look at if you can look at my following page right now, like there's a distinct there's a distinct certain type of person that I follow.
yeah, like it's one of those things like it, like for people who like need that category and know how to search for it and stuff, finding that stuff, it's cool. It's one of those. I guess we'll see how it goes. It doesn't seem like it seems like there's going to be need for people who are like who know how to use the search functions that Twitch has. If you didn't know how to search for Twitch in general, and this is the part that I talk about when I say discoverability things, if you don't know how to search for Twitch in the way that I just described, it is a pain to find anyone at all. But if you know what you're looking for and how to navigate the categories and things specifically, then it's nice to have. Like I specifically want to see things involving animals and things. Relatively niche, I think, but pretty good. I wonder how many people. Well, it says there are 2.6 thousand people in that category right now who are watching content somewhere. So I'm guessing people are just waiting for, yes, I need to see adorable doggos. Please and thank you.
I mean, there is a dog park stream. Yeah, it's right there. There's 50 viewers watching it currently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're sorted by recommended for me. Let's see. What is the highest viewed one? Oh, sea otters. Coincidentally, the example I used. Now, I have no idea why this stream is here. I mean, I feel like I do, because it's quite obvious they just used the category, but yeah. Yeah, so we'll watch some sea otters. Marine mammal rescue. Well, these are highlights. I guess they're closed. I guess it would be nighttime wherever this is.
Yeah.
Look at the otter. Look at the otter.
Parker Washington's face. Oh, we love to see it.
Sorry, y'all doing Facebook and bikini try-ons, but I'd rather watch the sea otters. I mean, yeah. Let's see here. In more streaming news, hey, a non-Twitch article. YouTube to add Twitch-like gifted memberships and live redirects for streams. So gift subs and raids are coming to YouTube.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, okay. Well, we saw that one coming.
All right, Kev. This is the big one. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, clips. Clips were like, okay, started to see more features coming to YouTube. Clips was one. Now it's good to see gifted and raids coming to it too. So, yeah, pretty nice.
All right, so we've gotten through all the news. Now time for the updates, Kev. This one is for you. The November security update for Google Pixels is out. If you've not done so already, update your phones, update your shit.
Oh yeah, I've already updated it, and I have a bit of an issue with 12. Like, it's not like too bad. There's some nice light features that are there, which is not bad. But it's like, I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan of like the menu, basically like the pull down menu.
The material
like,
stuff.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, it's looking kind. It's kind of like it's too bubbly. And it like, because there was like a bit of it where you can like still see what's on your screen, and I feel like notifications are kind of like bigger. So it's more like it'll take me some time to get used to it. See what Android 13 comes my way, but
I wonder if 12 would be better if you had a bigger device.
Possibly.
Like, I really want to know what this looks like. Excuse me. If I was using like a Pixel 6 or a Pixel 6L or XL, right, or whatever the fuck it is, Pixel 6 Pro.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm like, hooray, like support and updates and plenty of updates on Google 4A, and it's still pretty snappy though, because Pixel's well optimized. So, but it's just kind of like, this is all purely aesthetics. And I'm just like, not really too much of a fan of this, but I'll go along with it. For security's sake.
I don't think I got your thoughts on this. What are with the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro announced and now it's out, what are your thoughts on the new Pixels? I
like them.
Yeah.
I like them though. It's just like, and that's like, because I feel like Pixel is the Android phone for me. And if I was to go iPhone, I would just go iPhone. But it's like, for Android, Pixel is for me, because you get that good like Android, you get that good Apple-ish aesthetic of simplicity, because you don't, and then you have like the updates. But unlike particular Apples with older hardware, Android is optimized in a way where it doesn't feel like, oh god, my phone's finna slow down. Because that's the one thing I was thinking, like, when I was moving to 12, like, I feel like my phone is gonna slow down a bit, but it didn't, and I like that. I don't have a lot of the 12 features because Pixel 4a, but
I mean, that's with almost any smartphone, like especially with Pixel and with Apple and with the iPhone. Like there are features that are made for every phone that's currently out, and then when they announce the new phone, so yeah, these are features that are coming with 12 that are only available on these phones because we have the hardware for it.
Right. So I just feel like it's optimized with older pixels in mind, but then it's like, okay, but it's not like, but it's optimized in a way that it won't be like choking your phone out in a way.
Yeah, like I'm curious to see like what's gonna happen with the pixels, like now that they have the sensor chips in them. Like a lot of the reasons why the pixels and even just Androids in general, Android phones in general, they only have a lifespan of about 2 or 3 years. It's because of the fact that Qualcomm just makes it like they end the support for the chips too soon.
Yeah.
So now that Google has made their own chip, it'd be interesting to see how long Android updates last on these devices. Like, will we see 5, 6, 7-year-old phones still getting new OS updates? Like, people will sit there and say, people will say that the iPhone will get slower. I mean, that's just fucking hardware in general. Like, and it's weird that people will poke fun at an iPhone was like, dude, your laptop is 3 years old and it runs like shit. But you want to talk about a 5-year-old iPhone.
Like, I think Pixel will get.
Yeah, it's actually, as a matter of fact, Sin, how old was your iPhone before you upgraded?
It was like a 6S, so.
And like I have
for a minute, we had that one for a grip.
Like I have a 6 here that still is. It's okay. It's not getting any updates, but like it's still okay for what I was using it for. I still have an iPad Mini 2 that I'm actually going to be using for a piece of equipment I bought. Like it only got up to 12.5.1, but I mean for what I need for it to do, it's still okay. It's still usable. My son was still using that tablet up until I wanted to get him put him on Apple Arcade, which that tablet did not make the cut. And like yet the iPad Mini 2, I want to say that's almost a 10-year-old device at this point. I think. Hold on. When did it come out? November 12th, 2013. So not quite 10 years old, but still. Like it may not get any updates. It may get a security update every now and then, but even like, I mean, it's still a decent device for what I need. It's not as fast as my iPad Pro. So yeah, it's really weird when I see people make these arguments that, like planned obsolescence. Like, I mean, to an extent, yes, but also things just get old over time. It's called fucking entropy.
Right.
Like, things are not built to last forever. Like, new technology is not meant to last forever. And yeah, again, you don't think about that shit when it's your computer. Because, boy, it seems like nowadays everything is kind of going back to this whole frog and boiling pot of water analogy. Like, you don't realize it's boiling until you hop into the boiling water. But if you sit in it and the temperature just raises over time, you just sit there and fucking boil yourself alive. People don't realize that shit. Sid made it 6 years. It looks like it's still getting iOS 15. Wait, what's getting iOS 15?
The iPhone 6S.
I think that got cut off. I think that 6S got cut off a while ago. Were you still on 14, or were you on 13 when you got your phone? Do you know what iOS version your phone was on?
It was like on 12 when I got it.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured that had to have been cut off by then.
Oh, when I got rid of the phone?
Yeah, when you got rid of your old phone.
14.
Damn. Again. Let's see what. Now I'm actually curious. What was iOS 15 cutoff? I just saw compatibility, but I think will your iPhone be able to run it? Oh my god, damn! The 6S would be able to run the operating system that is now currently available. Ruin, again, I'm going to stop doubting you. Sometimes you come in with jokes. You make me question a lot of things. So, motherfucker, was he right on this one? See, this is what happens when you're able to make your own fucking chips, though. And when did this come out? How old is this phone? 2016. So it is. Oh no, I'm sorry. 2015. So it's a 6-year-old phone. A 6-year-old phone still getting updates.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
It's not. Mm-hmm. So again, honestly, it'd be nice to see Android hit these numbers, or the Pixel hit these numbers with Android.
Right.
Because that's what I wanted. That's what you want to see. Excuse me. I think this was provided from Young, so now we're in the deal section. There are a shit ton of games that are coming to Prime Gaming this month. Rise of the Tomb Raider, Control, Dragon Age Inquisition, Breaks Are for Losers. Okay. Demon Hunter 2, Liberated, Puzzle Agent 2, Rogue Heroes, and Secret Files Sam Peters. But of course, you know, these top 3 games here. Look at it. Look at these top 3. Dragon Age, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Control. Control. That's the newest one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, if you have Prime Gaming, definitely check that out. Got games coming your way. And of course, it wouldn't be a show if we didn't talk about Xbox Live, Game Pass, or I'm sorry, this is Games with Gold. Excuse me. Games with Gold. Jump the gun here. Kingdom, Two Crowns. I'm sorry.
I was saying clearly, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Because now I have to look at you when you say Game Pass, because I'm like, is it on there now?
Xbox Games with Gold for November. Kingdom, Two Crowns, Lego Batman 2, Rocket Knight, and Moving Out. So Moving Out is available November 1st through the 30th. I guess it's Kingdom Two Crowns. That's really weird. Actually, what is that? That does not look like the same name there. Actually, whatever's in this, that's really weird. That does not look like Two Crowns, but maybe it is. Kingdom Two Crowns is available from November 6th to December 15th. The 1st through the 15th, Rocket Knight will be available on Xbox 360 and through backwards compatibility. And the 16th through the end of the month, Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes will be available on Xbox 360 and backwards compatibility. And these are for folks who have Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass Ultimate. And of course, y'all know what time it is. It's Game Pass time.
You.
And finally, my time is here. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to Game Pass day 1.
Yes, sir.
Or day 0 for me, because I will be playing it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about streaming it, but I don't know. I just don't know. I got to play me some Forza. That's right. Vroom, vroom.
You know what? Game Pass has afforded me the opportunity to play games that not only that I'm very excited about, but then also games that I would not, fundamentally play myself. That, you know what? I'm gonna check out Forza.
I think I might get the It Takes Two.
That too.
Ruin is pointing out that I have not seen this, so this is good news. Just watched a bench of Horizon 5 on a 3080 and a 5800X 4K extreme settings, averaging mid to high 70s. Now, of course, I'll be running at 3900X with the 3080 Ti at 1440p. So
With no down payment.
why? Just why? I'm just comparing specs. This has nothing to do with my wallet. Oh my god. Anywho, Grand Theft Auto. I'm sorry. Let's actually go down this list here. Minecraft, Java, and Bedrock editions are available right now.
Yes.
So for those who like the Java modding scene for Minecraft, you can now get Game Pass. I mean, Minecraft is just on Game Pass. Period. Point blank. Period. For PC, it was on Game Pass. For Xbox, it's now on PC, and you get both Java and Bedrock.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I paid for both already.
Oh. So if you want that good vanilla life, or you want that good mod scene, you have a Minecraft of your favorite flavor.
So yeah, like I said, Minecraft was on Xbox, but not on PC. It was amazing that it was not on Game Pass on PC, but yeah. Unpacking was made available a couple of days ago.
Yes.
On Cloud Console and PC. It Takes Two, Cloud Console and PC on November 4th. I imagine because that just, I'd be surprised if that was just added to EA's vault. Football Manager 22 on PC, November 9th. Football Manager 2022 Xbox Edition, which is weird because it is also coming to PC on November 9th.
It's essentially like the console version for PC, but console.
That's really weird. Is it two different things?
I think it's the same but different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, Forza Horizon 5 for Cloud, Console, and PC. Let's get it. November 9th. But again, if you did the premium content add-ons, or you bought the premium content, or you bought the premium, the deluxe version or whatever of Forza Horizon 5, it is available in 18 minutes in your at 12 a.m. in your respective time zone. So it'll be available in 18 minutes from me. I just no sin no. I can see it just calculating in your head. No. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Definitive Edition on console will be available on November 11th. One Step from Eden on console and PC will be available on the 11th as well. Leaving Game Pass this month on November 15th, Final Fantasy VIII HD, Planet Coaster, Star Renegades, Streets of Rogue, The Gardens Between, and River City Girls, all leaving Game Pass on the 15th.
Yeah, I highly recommend you checking out The Gardens Between, because that's something that we played in one sitting, and it was nice. It was very a chill, emotional experience, and yeah, I felt better for playing it.
So, you know what? I'm really tempted to move the editing of this show to my MacBook so I can let it export on the MacBook while I play Forza. But no, I'm gonna take it easy.
You probably won't.
No, I mean, well, look, if I export the video on the PC, then I can't play video games. I probably could, but I won't, just because I want to make sure I give all of the resources to the export.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually want this show up as early as I possibly can, since I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna do the right thing and get the show done, because that makes sense.
I guess.
Okay, Sin, what have you got going on this week?
We got ourselves a little tabletop shenanigans going on Saturday, so we'll be doing that from 3 to 7, and then I will be doing some writing. So hopefully that that goes well and we get things done this weekend. And that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, what you
Yes,
got going
sir.
on this week?
It's baby Mam's like 5th birthday. She is a whole 5 years old, going on 35.
Hey,
So we love to see it. So we have said, okay, let's go ahead and find her some awesome Frozen stuff. Probably gonna be like, oh, Frozen bag, Frozen doll, Frozen whatever, and probably gonna drive by and be like, come by for like some masky kisses and hugs, and then be like, here you go, happy birthday, bye, and then like disappear, like because Rona still exists, and so and then yeah, just finish up unpacking, which is really good. I highly recommend. And yeah, and of course, like, been doing a little bit of the early Black Friday stuff, because the new Black Friday situation from Walmart, totally better.
I mean,
Much
are
better.
you being serious or?
I'm being really serious. I'm not
Okay.
being facetious. I'm being actually serious. Like, it's so much better now, because now all you instead of like going for, like, if you want like 3 things, you can just go that 1 week and get your 3 things and you're out. Like, you could just go like shop online, get your 3 things to the store, done. Or just like go early Friday and then like fight it out. So
Now, for what I've been hearing from some people is, and check Best Buy. I can care less about deals. But certain retailers, if you were to buy things from them, like this month, and they go on sale for Black Friday, they will actually refund you the difference. So
right.
you don't technically have to wait. Just
Mhm.
buy it and just hope. Like, if you were willing to spend $200 on a thing, buy it now. And if it gets discounted $100, then you can get the refund for that difference. But definitely check the store. I heard that Best Buy is doing it, and I forget, it was another store that was doing it too. I can't remember. I think Best Buy, they were doing it, and I want to say they were going to just automatically refund you that money. I don't know. But yeah, check the fine print. See what that is. Again, tis the season for consumerism to become rampant. Please be careful. If you do not have to be in a store, do not go to a store. But also, this is the 1 year trying to order shit. You may not get it either.
That's the one thing I want to be clear. Number one, if you're trying to buy things now, like last month was the best time to get it.
But like Drake says, if you're hearing this now, it's too late.
Yeah, if you're hearing this now, it's too late. But the best thing I can tell you is, as soon as you possibly can to do your shopping now, and mail your stuff now.
Yeah.
If you bought it, mail it now, because bullshit.
Or just tell people, look, hey,
yeah,
you know what the deal is. I got it. It's on the way. You'll get it when it gets here.
Right, when you get there, like let people know now how it is, and go from there, because there might be some Christmas gifts that might get there on the 26th, 27th. So just let people know enough time. Also, if you have wish lists of any kind, go ahead and get them. Go ahead and get them joints set up now, so that way, if people want to get you something off your wish list, they don't have to really like struggle in shopping. Just go ahead and hammer out them Amazon wish lists. I'm doing the same on mine. I hope you're doing the same on yours. So
No, I'm just gonna put out. I'm gonna put out the PayPal link, the Cash App link, the Patreon link, the coffee link.
Look,
just,
all the links.
Just here. Look, you can send me an Amazon gift card, Newegg gift card. Doesn't even matter. Look, don't worry about sending me things. I will work it out.
Right. Also let people know your gift cards. You know. For me it's like Amazon, Newegg, and Target. Like let them know. Walmart included,
or even the Visa ones, like just the ones you can just put anywhere.
That part.
I mean,
so I'll just say
I say those because again, like you can get an Amazon card, but Amazon does not sell you digital games as much as you think they would. So
they really don't. Like I learned that lesson today the hardest because I was like, oh really? That's how y'all gonna be? Okay. I'm gonna buy a physical then, because I was gonna buy digital from Amazon because I had Amazon credit, and they were like, you could use all of it, but I don't want to use all of it. But you can use all of it, but I want to use all of it. But you can use all of it. You could use all of it. You can use all of your gift cards, and I'm like, no, I don't want to use all my gift cards.
What if we told you could?
Yeah, what if we told you could? So I just said, well, I'll just go ahead and do what I gotta do, man. I made it work.
Yeah.
There was some other things I was gonna get with my cards, and they were like, no.
Yeah, just give me.
Yeah.
It's a thing where we're talking about like getting toys for Caden. It was like, I swear I cannot wait for this kid to get into video games. All I gotta do is just buy video games, or just like, it's on Game Pass. We're good. Just don't tell them it's on Game Pass until Christmas. Hey, Santa put this on Game Pass today.
There you go, eShop credit. It's like eShop credit, and then like Game Pass Ultimate. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Don't have to worry. Don't have to fret.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, these are my little like shopping tips. You know, just in case.
Yeah, last year I think we tried to work on a shopping guide. Yeah, this year it's like, fuck that. Like we should have did that back in July.
Exactly. whatever you could have bought, you could have bought. You should have bought.
It's gone.
It's gone. Like just do the best you can now.
Maybe we can do a game of the year. You can still buy those digitally.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
That's it for me.
Now I'm going to settle on this game of the year idea. It's not a bad idea, but I actually, no, it is a bad idea. I've not played many games. So many games did come out, but still.
I mean, we could talk about if it's like if your game of the year happens to be if your game of the year happens to be a list of 3, then that's still a game of the year.
If my game of the year came out in 2018.
Fine.
You know what? Yeah, look, these are like our best games that we played this year.
Yeah.
Not beholden to a genre or a medium. So that's right, Sid. If you've got tabletop game, your tabletop game of the year.
Yeah, like whatever game, if it came, because like I said, Game Pass does count. Like Game Pass games does count if it come out this year. There's a lot of times I get like,
if you coincidentally got access to Game Pass in the year of our Lord 2021 for one reason or another, there you go. All of those games came out in 2021.
Exactly. Yeah, like, you know, because my list is pretty good. Like, you know.
Yeah, you've played a lot.
Yeah. Like we're not even counting like the indie review copies.
Sure, I might talk about an iPad game that I started playing. Either Solitaire, because that's what I swear I spent a lot of time playing Solitaire.
I'm like, damn. Like some of these, I'm like, yo, some of these are like one and dones, and I'm like, yeah, these are great. I might come back to these. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, that was good. That was good for the 1 or 2 streams I did and the 2 videos I made of it.
Oh yeah, I played a whole bunch of Apple Arcade games this year because I wanted to
Okay.
test. I wanted to test out the iPad, the new iPad. So I actually sat there with an Xbox controller and my iPad and played through as many of those Apple Arcade games as I could.
Yeah, those legit count, Major. You know.
Oh, I know they count. It was a discount. I was just remembering that that's what I did. So, oh yeah, I did do that thing.
I'm a legit, because that's what I love. What I love about what Steam does is Steam is like, oh hey, here's all the games you activated and bought for the year, and I'm like, okay, go through that list.
Yeah, that does nothing for me. That does nothing for me. Imagine if I was still doing Humble Monthly. Oh, actually, I don't activate all of those games, so it wouldn't be that bad. I think I would want to know like which games have I actually just played in 2021. Oh fuck, American Truck Simulator would hop on that list. I did enjoy the fuck out of some American Truck Simulator. Anywho, this week for me, of course, I got the LANFest panel, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time over at twitch.tv/LANFest, with Anthony Ramos being the host of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion panel. You can find me and a whole host of amazing, wonderful people in the gaming and entertainment industry talking about why diversity, equity, inclusion is important in gaming, esports, and education. Definitely check that out. Again, twitch.tv/LANFest. This is the Esport for Education event happening Saturday and Sunday. LANFest is partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood. There are a lot of events that are happening, a lot of games being played, a lot of panels being had, things to give away. Of course, you can donate. I think there's a PC that's been given away. I mean, your feelings of Terry Crews aside, they are giving away a PC signed by Terry Crews. Again, I know it's difficult out there to get a PC. I don't know if you can win one. I'd say go for it. I'm just saying. A lot of prizes and stuff that are going to be had during that event. It's going to be the dopest charity event that is happening this weekend. And I will say that with my whole chest, know good and fucking well what else is happening this weekend. There may or may not be a Forza stream sometime in the near future. I do not know.
There will be a Forza stream.
Again, because of things that are happening in this house in the next few days, I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm trying to see if I can get it done this weekend. If not, it will probably be over the next couple of streams next week. If that's the case, then Metal Gear Mondays and Yakuza Wednesdays will be delayed a week, while I just have fun driving up and down the streets of Mexico in whatever sports car I can get my hands on. And of course, we're bringing back the steering wheel, the Thrustmaster. So definitely stay tuned for that. Let's see what else. Also, sort of trying to get. Trying to write some things. One of the things I am trying to write is a decent review of the MacBook Pro. Through a recommendation from I Am Brandon, he recommended a teleprompter. So I now have a teleprompter here. So I'm trying to write a script so I can read it on the teleprompter and actually do something that sounds a little bit more coherent, because I'm actually reading and not rambling like I am right now while I'm trying to look for words. So I'm trying to get something written down for that so I can try to shoot that kind of review, and hopefully do it in a place that isn't just in front of my PC like I normally do YouTube videos. So I get to play with lighting some more, which is going to be fun. And that's about it. The next event I got going on will be done after the next episode. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for November 4th, 2021. On behalf of It's Your Boy Kevin the Builder, on behalf of Zintek, on behalf of the GOAT, Idios and Anka, I am your host, Marcus Major Linux Summers. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream, or you could have been reading the tech and gaming nugs yourself, but you said, nah, it's okay. We're hopping into the metaverse to watch whatever tech fuckery is going on in the world today. And for that, I appreciate it. For the bottom of my heart, I do. And of course, all I've got left to say is I love you. Peace. Ow.
Wakanda forever.
Also, I want to point out I did that before midnight. Yes.